Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Z. Birds Idell. With me, as always, the boys are in the building. We got my main man, Angry John Rosado.
What's up?
We got Anthony, 9.5 toes, but I will straight up slap a hoe, surely.
Hello.
My main man, my co-host, Moneyline Welsh. What up, Moneyline?
What's going on, man? You got the radio voice going heavy right now.
I know. Well, dude, listen, let me get a couple announcements out of the way. So, coming up, July 31st, huge comedy show, Acrisure Theater. My main man, Joey Walsh, is headlining. I'm going to be involved with this show. This dude, Erwin Long, who's super funny, he's coming up from Virginia, and I think Shuley's going to come on be there too. So it's going to be a great night. Come out, grab your tickets at ContraTheater.com. Also, we posted it all over our social media, so it's not hard to find the tickets. Please hit that like button if you're watching us on YouTube. If you didn't subscribe already, subscribe. If you wouldn't mind, just put a little comment, a thumbs up. Show was great. Show sucked. Whatever you want to put, we don't care. Just anything as a comment. It helps it get in the algorithm, and then more people get to see Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're on the verge of breaking another record listens for a 2-week period, and tomorrow it will break that record. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in every week.
What about the live show, buddy?
We got a live show coming up September 2nd.
Good job, Jack.
Bottle Rocket Social. Still a few tickets available. BottleRocketSocial.com. Also go on the Greenfield Finest Podcast fan page. It's posted all over there. Instagram, the link's in our bio. Check it out. And we got merch dropping this week also. So big week for Greenfield's Finest Podcast. But those tickets for September 2nd, there's not every week, it's dwindling down. So if you're waiting till like the last week, see if you can go or not, just buy the ticket. You don't want to be the guy that don't have a ticket, because you're going to call the last day like, hey, can you get me tickets? And I'm going to tell you no.
Tell you to scram.
They sold out 3 weeks ago, and I've been telling you for 2 months.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
Learn how to use a fucking computer.
Dude, my wife keeps asking me, like, Anth, grab me a ticket for that. Like,
Grab your own tickets.
You have a fucking, you have
They're
phone.
$15.
Someone just hit me. I'll say it for Gear Grinder.
See old Z-Bird just pushing old Z-Bird out here on the podcast. You got to remind him, we're a team here, buddy. He got this Contra Luke coming in. He's like, forgets about us. Who gives a fuck about us, huh?
The little fellas.
Well,
Hey, I got a pair of shorts, so I'm pretty happy about that.
they are hard.
It's all worth it now, boys.
And those
That's it.
shorts that
Starting
they're
to come in.
Those shorts that they're talking about, guys, will be dropping this week. Sweet ass GFP shorts.
You want to dress like John and Anthony?
Yeah.
Well, then you get yourself some GFP shorts.
Yeah, but you can find this week on inkdivision.com.
Happy H Day, Pittsburgh.
Man, I never thought
I
I'd
didn't
be
know it was
saying
H Day today, but in 1891, in a federal attempt to unify the burghs, the H was removed from the spelling of our city. But on this day, in 1911, the H was reinstated after we fought for decades for restoration.
It's your government at work, man.
What were they trying to make Pittsburgh and Harrisburg like one thing? Like, I don't get what's going on here.
No,
to
so there's
attempt to
other
unify the burghs.
That I have no idea.
There's another Pittsburgh without an H.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, there's one in
It's
like
in
Georgia.
Kentucky.
There's a
like-
few
there's several.
Pittsburghs.
I think
Yeah.
California might have one.
They don't have H's. But
Yeah,
we-
none of them got the H. And
So
some of
they
them
just
only got
wanted-
one T.
Yeah, we need the H, man.
Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh needs
I
more
never heard of
H.
this, dude. I've lived here my whole life. You ever heard of H Day?
No, I've never heard of any
Never.
day.
They
Yeah.
they used to have over at the methadone clinic.
They're like, it's your cheat day.
It's H Day, guys. I mean, yeah, man, love H Day.
When I saw this tweet, I saw H Day,
HJ.
and I was like,
Hand
it's hand job day. That's what I immediately thought. I was like, wow, hand job day, huh?
It could have a
I'll take
double
hand
meaning.
job.
Boys
Yeah.
on the podcast are going to love this.
Yeah.
It's so weird. You went to hand jobs. First thing I thought was heroin. I'm like,
You like heroin? I like hand jobs.
yeah, I don't.
I mean,
like it
there's
anymore,
another
but-
podcast.
Hand
idea.
jobs on heroin.
Instead of us.
If you
shitting
nod
our-
off before you nut, you
There
lose.
ain't no way you're not. It'd be an
Yeah.
8-hour podcast. You can't bust a nut.
Dude's
You just
wrists be fucking dead.
Yeah, you just be jerking off for days.
Just walk into the dude sleeping, holding his dick.
But instead of us shitting our pants every week, we can just jerk each other off. That's another lane we can take too. If we got to start doing some tricks here.
Yeah, anything, whatever
Whatever
it
it takes.
Diversify.
Yeah.
I like that.
I'll jerk you off right now if we can go viral.
While I shit my pants.
Yeah. Risotto
Z-Bird,
smells it.
what you get into this weekend? You had a big show up at Williamsport.
Yeah, major comedy show up at Williamsport. Super good time. I didn't realize how far away Williamsport was. The drive there wasn't too bad.
How long?
It was 3.5 hours. Weird fact, the guy Don Orner, who I went up with, his girlfriend had a Nissan Altima. We literally filled it up, and I was blown away by this. We filled it up. It was empty right before we left. We literally went to Williamsport, came back, and she still had half a tank. I said, this is crazy. But as far as the show goes, it was in a historic part of Williamsport in this built in this old hotel called the Genetti. It was sick as hell. We did the comedy show in a ballroom. It was so cool. Like everything was like it was like back in.
What was historic about it? What was there
I guess
Civil War battle there or something?
I don't know why it was historic. I'm just saying, in my mind, it was like it reminded me of like the 20s. And then they kept everything like how it would have been in the 20s in this like one little like 2-block radius, and it said historic on the building. I didn't.
That's all you need. The building says historic.
Yeah, if
it's
they got a
historic.
fucking plaque, somebody recognized it.
It was a really good time. Met some really cool people there. I met this dude up there named Spirit Feather, and he was dressed as a Native American fella with no shirt on and suspenders. I assumed he was.
He wasn't fucked up.
No,
because this is a recovery show, right?
Yeah, this is a recovery show. I'm assuming he was.
Was it H Day?
No, I'm assuming he was Native American. I started talking to him, find out he's from Menneson. So I said, "What tribe's down in Menneson?" And he said, "I just respect the heritage and where I came from." I said, "So you are Native American or not?" Find out he's Hungarian, and his parents worked in a steel mill. So I didn't really understand Spirit Feather on that aspect. The crowd was super diverse age-wise and all-around-wise, but like there was like people from, I would say, the age of 18 up to 70. The show was freaking awesome. The room ended up getting pretty well filled up. They accommodated us well. It was the first time I ever like did a comedy show where they were in a hotel room and everything like that. And the show went great, man. I love going out of town to do a comedy show. It really feels good. And I don't know, Williamsport's a pretty cool spot. Going into Williamsport is awkward. There's literally nothing around it. It was like when me and you drove to New York and seen all them fucking billboards and shit. It's like that all the way till right when you drive in where the Little League World Series is at. Then it opens up and there's every fast food restaurant ever made is on this like one strip. And we were like asking people like, dude, does it get that their whole economy's based on the Little League World Series.
That's what I was about to ask you. Did you like see the field? Was there multiple fields? Is there one big field?
I didn't see, and it was dark when like by the time it was starting to get dark, and when we left, I didn't like check for it, but like I definitely seen in this hotel we were staying. I'm not saying the Little League World Series was going on, but there was kids in Little League uniforms.
I mean, yeah, they're probably playing regionals or shit because the shit they put on TV is coming up in a week or two.
That's what I was gonna say. It's pretty
August.
close. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I've never been to Williamsport. Well, that's cool, man. Glad you had a good time. Did you get people coming up to you asking for like pictures, autographs, anything like that?
Definitely got people asking about, because at the end, whenever I got done, I was like, hey, if you want to follow me on social media, check out Greenfield's Finest Podcast. And we definitely picked up some subscribers and some listeners over in New Jersey. So if they're listening, thanks for tuning in, guys. And met a lot of cool people. It was definitely cool. Yeah, I took a couple pictures. No autographs yet, but I'm happy with the pictures and the.
So did you kill it or what? You killed it or what?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, Dawn did good.
Dawn did really good. Dawn like opened, did 20, and then like this was the longest I ever did. I was like, dude, light me at 45. He lit me at 45, and I did my closer. So
45 is a long time.
That's a long time to talk.
That's a Netflix special.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, if the right people are
Congratulations,
listening,
buddy.
Yeah, so I've come a long way in 3 years, with the help of everything. This podcast has been crucial to my growth. And, it was fucking awesome this weekend. I felt like $1 million. The whole way home, I was, like, super excited up until I fell asleep.
Did you fall out? How far on the way home did you fall asleep? Like
15
immediately?
minutes into it.
Did you?
You get the high from the show. like like that natural
You
high.
think Don and his girlfriend got weird while you're sleeping in the
No, Dawn also fell asleep.
Oh, there's poor girlfriend.
Because I woke up and like she's driving, Dawn's sleeping. I'm like, I have to piss so bad. And then Dawn's like, man, we're in the middle of fucking nowhere. Just pull over, babe. So I just she just pulled over and I pissed. And literally no cars were around the whole time. I pissed a good 38 seconds. Didn't see a fucking headlight. You know what I mean? So
That's a hefty piss.
yeah, then I went back to sleep. Next thing I know, they're like, hey, dude, I think we're at your house. And I'm like, that's the best
That's
feeling.
great.
Yeah. See ya.
That's the best feeling in the world.
Me and Johnny did a little golfing this weekend. We played Saturday, and then I played Sunday with some in that league that I'm in, and I played with one guy we were all friends with, and then 2 strangers. So I don't know everybody in this league. And we're on 18, and I'm playing my usual shit. You know what I mean? Some good, some bad. But I'm up on this hill on 18 on my second shot, and I had a way out. So I was 18. I'm trying to I need a shot to end the day here. So I gave him my all. I swung way too hard, and my bad knee just gave out. I did a 360, and I was just on the ground. Just fell in front of strangers playing golf. And
Did you hit the ball?
yeah, I did hit the ball, but I also hit the ground.
Did you blame it on a trick knee?
I didn't know if you
I
totally
did blame it
whiffed.
on the trick knee because it was my trick knee. It literally it stopped. It just buckled, and I was just done. And I looked up. I was like, Shane was like, "Are you all right?" And I was like, "I think so, but I'm also on the ground." So
No, you should have played it up
Nah, well, it didn't hurt, and it was so weird. I just got up, and I'm like, "What? That was the most unathletic shit."
It only hurt your pride.
Yeah, it was terrible. And then the 2 dudes acted like they didn't see it. They were they were kind
Sportsmen.
of farther down a little bit. And we got up to green. I was like, "Did you see me go down up there?" They're like, "We sure did, man." They're like, "What happened?" And I got a bad knee,
I
buddy.
got this old trick knee.
It was tough, but yeah. Besides that, pretty normal weekend. Did you guys get in anything?
How was the golf Saturday?
It was good. Yeah, it was good. Me, Johnny,
Yeah,
his
good
cousin,
time.
his dad,
I
powing around.
I heard his dad was giving my arch nemesis Paul the business.
Yeah, he was running. He was Paul.
He was on him all day.
All day. They were riding together.
I love to hear
He
that.
was on him about his driving. He
Yeah.
was on him about his golfing. And Paul plays pretty well usually. Played with him a few times now. Paul was having a tough day for Paul. And, John's dad didn't let him forget it.
No, he didn't, dude. Which is
No
nothing like
mercy.
getting piled on when, like Paul gets pretty mad at himself, and then to have somebody throw
Salt
coal
the
on the
wound.
fire. Yeah, I'm
It's
just like,
piling on.
yeah.
And your dad's delivery, you think he's kidding, but
Is he?
His tone is like,
Is
it's pretty
right? Like, are you
pretty
gonna laugh at
serious.
the end of this or not?
Yeah, or just give a ha ha or
His dad's been butchering me for years. dude.
Mr. Rosado is the king of. He's pretty mean.
Yeah. he wants you to think that it's a joke, but he's dead serious.
Yeah, he likes.
I got my first car. He told me don't ever park that piece of shit in front of my house again. And he was dead serious, dude.
I
I'm
think
like,
one
thanks,
of the
man.
funniest stories is when he said, "Tell your mom to quit paging me."
No, he's like, tell your mom to quit calling me. Like, dude, what? I'm spending money at your bar.
Yeah, he was at my
dickhead.
bar. She only did one shot and just got up and left. I'm like, where the hell did he get?
I was so
forgot about
mad.
that.
I was so fucking mad.
Oh, that's a great one-liner story.
It's $6 for the shot, and tell your mom to quit calling me.
Yeah. I'm like, you ain't even gonna pay for that shot, you dick.
He was super nice to me, but I don't see Mr. Rosado too often. So
Yeah.
Well, go see him more often. See how much you like him.
Dude, I went to take a leak. I came out. I seen the GMC just shooting down the parking lot. I'm like, bye, Jack.
well, yeah,
It's good playing with you, buddy.
I looked for you. You were gone. I mean, golf's over. Golf's over. What are you gonna do?
I went back in and got something to eat. I was
Oh, did you?
starving. Yeah.
Could have had
I
a couple
should-
beers.
should've
Man,
stuck
what
around.
a nerd.
PGA. Cam Smith wins the Open, and then he looks like he's going to live.
Did he come out with it yet?
No, but they said there's a deal for $99 million, and he's in talks, and he's gone, dude.
Dude, what is
They got fucking
900
David Faraday
million.
now too. He's leaving NBC.
dude? What's the PGA gonna do? They're just. I mean,
It's
get it.
fucked. It's
I
They're
fucked.
get
gonna
it.
bend. They're
At-
gonna bend.
it's-
At this point,
it's just not
It-
gonna be as good of a product. There's no way.
it's already not. It's not even close.
Right,
but
but
at
there's-
this point, if you're one of these dudes and you don't go grab that money while you can, because there's gonna be there. Trump said it today. Like he was like, if these dudes don't go get this money while they can, there's gonna be a merger. So it's either like, hey, I'm leaving $50 million on this table, or I go get it, and eventually they're going to have to figure it out and merge some way. They're probably going to have to fire like the head of the tour, Monahan, whatever his name is, and figure it out because like it's a fucking mess. And then like there's that DP tour that came out of nowhere, and Sergio's like, I'm not feeling the love there. I'm not playing there either. So
What's
like
DP tour?
Dude, it just came out of I don't know if it's a
Dude,
European
now
tour
there's
or
a
what.
big deal. Now they put in for their world rankings credentials.
That and they could get that they could
They cannot get it. If they
I
don't
think
get it, that's a big deal.
I think at this DP tour they can. So that's kind of, this tour just fucking came out of nowhere too.
Right? Yeah, I don't know.
I think it did anyhow. It's the first I ever.
I'm just saying
heard
for
of
like
it.
for the live tour, they put in for the world rankings.
Yeah,
if they're
they need to get them.
If they don't get them though,
They can't play the majors.
well, their world rankings
Unless-
drop so fast. Yeah, they're out of the majors.
Yeah, well, unless you pre-qualify, like you win a major,
Right, like
or
that
like,
Cam.
Yeah,
He'll-
Cam,
he'll be-
Dustin Johnson,
Right.
Kupka. Those dudes have playing majors forever. The older guys, they played enough majors. They needed that. You get that 50 mil or whatever.
But
the
like
fuck it is.
a lot, like I said, but them world rankings can drop fast. Like in a
it's
year,
already-
in a year you could be out.
I think Dustin's out of like the top 20 already.
Is he?
Yeah, so like no, it happens real fast. It sucks, dude. It's gonna be
Like I'm hoping it's like the NFL and the like when they like
The AFL and
was that the AFL or the USF, whatever the hell was back in the
Yeah,
day
it's
when
the
like
they
USFL.
merged.
I think
USFL,
they merged,
yeah, like all right, they're like do
was like-
something, dude.
yeah, 'cause they had,
I
like,
love watching
Jim
the
Kelly.
PGA Tour.
Jim Kelly went to the USFL instead of
the
fucking
Houston
NFL.
Bandits or something.
Yeah, and played in. He was like, I don't want to play in Buffalo. I'd rather play in Houston.
Right.
And then they merged, or the league folded or whatever. But I don't know. These Saudis got so much money. I don't think it's gonna fold.
They just got to
They're
have
forcing their hand. Dude.
Right.
You're gonna have to merge at some point, or you're
Until,
gonna,
like,
or you're
those-
gonna be irrelevant.
or as soon as they're gonna get a TV deal. So as soon as they get that TV deal, they almost have more star power than the PGA already.
Absolutely.
they're getting pretty damn
That's
close.
their
Getting
power
close.
play, dude. That's their
Or at
move.
least getting close to like a little bit of, like above even. You take that dude. That's a great young player
Young
that
dude.
everybody likes to see.
Yup.
I mean, Kupka too. Dustin.
DJ's
yeah.
a little older, but he ain't that
No,
old.
I like to watch Dustin play. They're ruining it.
It's ruined.
I mean, I get they get a ton of money, but you're ruining my entertainment.
Yeah, it fucking sucks, dude. Z-Bird, you got a little Costco story that you've been sandbagging. I think the people of the pod need to hear.
Yeah. So it was 2 weeks ago, and it was the day of Joey's cookout. So it was 2 Saturdays ago. I go down Costco, pick up a prescription. I go down there, I go in. They're like, "Hey, the pharmacist is gone. Be back in 20 minutes." I said, "Fuck it, I'm just leaving. I'll be back at 6 o'clock." I'm leaving Costco. See this chick, total smoke show. It's like the kind of chick where like dudes are hitting each other. Like, check this.
There was one of them in Millville today, which doesn't happen in Millville too
Yeah.
often, and like the gas station was, going. It was buzzing.
When the guys will, I've seen guys do this. I'm not one that does it, but they'll hit each other and be like, "Look at that turd cutter."
And they give you a real
Yeah, like, look at
what,
that.
Like, what do you relax?
And
Cliff.
you could be a complete
Yeah, what do you need to
stranger.
go pound
You're
on
like,
that? Calm
buddy, you
down.
check that out.
Yeah.
Pal, hey pal, check that out.
Well, there was guys giving the head on
I
everything.
want to kick her out of bed.
Yeah.
One of them.
So this chick's hot. She was returning something or something. So we end up leaving the store at the same time. I go to the truck. She happens to be parked by me. It's literally like, I'm like looking at her. She's looking at me. And she's like kind of making a funny face. And she goes, "Excuse me." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Are you Mike Zidell?" And I'm like thinking like, "Oh, you see me do comedy,
Famous Mike Zidell.
podcast. Obviously, I'm featured on WDVE. Like, yeah, you probably, most people." So I said, I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I am." I was like, "I'm sorry." I was like, "I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't remember meeting you," because in my head I'm thinking I would have remembered me.
It would have been so funny if you're like, "Yeah, you want a picture?"
Yeah,
Like what?
yeah. So she was like, we started like that part of it was it. She said, "Well," I said, "How do I know you?" She said, "No, you don't remember me probably, but we used to play together T-shirt league baseball." I said, "Oh, cool." And I looked back and I was like, "Wait, who the fuck was on my team in T-shirt league?" It was all dudes. Well, it was a dude. And this woman now came out and said, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but said, "I'm so-and-so from, when you played on the Astros." And I'm like, yeah, well, you look great. Cool.
Threw you for a loop there a little bit, rightfully so.
Yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, that's awesome."
Especially since you've been checking out her turd cutter.
I'm not going to lie. I mean, what am I going to do? Lie to the fans? You know what I mean?
No.
Am I wrong for checking out who. You know,
Listen, I'm sure we all have.
right?
I will suck your dick.
But there's no way.
Did you?
There's no way there were. It was a full.
Full transformation.
Because she had on yoga pants.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would have noticed.
You're checking out her camel toe.
Cow tail, they call it.
Cow tail.
Yeah, if she would have had a cow tail, I'd have noticed it from my way back. Yo! Like Ace Ventura back
That's
to
not
day.
something you're missing.
Biggest set of hemorrhoids
He
you've ever
found
seen.
Captain Winky.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, that shit got the biggest cock I ever seen. I
So
would've
once
noticed-
you got a look at her, did you put it
Yes.
together? Could you see it?
Yes, I could see
Didn't
it
matter.
because I was like, yeah, oh, wow. And I was like, I didn't know what to say besides, well, man, I was like, oh, I guess everything's going good then. And they were like, yeah, sound like a woman and everything. I said, well, you look great. Keep up the good work. And got in a car and didn't know what the fuck to say.
You're like, you ever learn to bunt?
Drive right to fucking Joe's, and I was like, you ain't gonna believe this.
So he called me before he got to my brother's, and I thought he was running a bit. So I was like, Z-Berg is home with the story. You know what I mean? I was like, I'm not going to steal his thunder. He got a good story. He's on his way up. So I was thinking in my head, like, this is probably made up. He's just coming in for we're at a comedy party. He wants to tell a story, and it ended up being fucking true. That's wild, man. That would
Because he called
That's
me.
cool.
He called me before too. He was like,
Did you remember
"Dude,
the
you're never
person?
gonna imagine."
after I don't remember what they look like. I think I remember the name. You know what I mean? It sounded a little familiar.
Yeah.
But like to put a face to it, no way in the world. Right
I didn't
now.
know who it was until I got on their OnlyFans page, and then I was like, "Yeah, now I know."
But like, I was like almost like calling my friends to make sure that I wasn't gay. I'm like, yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question. Now we're gonna figure out if you're gay or not. I'm gonna ask you a personal question here, and I expect honesty.
Yeah.
Did you have a little jerk?
No.
You didn't have a little jerk.
No, I didn't jerk off to
your
the
little
fucking dude.
your
that
little
was on my-
baseball friend that's
But,
now a hot chick.
but
Would you have?
He used to turn to
Yeah,
so good.
That's even a better question. If she never would have said, if she would have just came up to you like a fan, gave like asked
One's
for,
your autograph.
yeah.
I don't jerk off anymore, so. But if it would have been a time when I was jerking, like I was a single guy and I was just jerking them off, I didn't know this person used to be a man. Any one of us here would have threw a jerk to it. So I feel comfortable
Don't
saying.
you put that shit on me?
So you're saying she was like a 10.
Dude, 10's an exaggeration, but like definitely a cost. She was a 9, and at Costco a 10. But once I like took off the Costco and got out of there back into society, I'm like, she was a solid 9. I mean,
Now that you know she's a man, she's like an 8.5.
like a
8.5 inches of dick.
yeah, like nah, she don't have a dick, but like for the 4th time, but it was definitely has no penis. But I would say like like that kind of went away. Like when you find that out, but like I'm sure there's dudes. If she goes and hangs out in the South Side, doesn't
She
it
could
not-
clean up.
She could clean up. She could take.
How many
time.
dudes do you think we know probably hooked up with her?
None, because I don't think she's around here. Because that was the first
I didn't
time
know she was in,
it was the first time I seen her, and it was like I have a funny feeling because they were in town for a reason, and we were at Costco. And, you know what I mean?
The stars align. That's all.
Yeah, happened.
Just ran into an old teammate.
Yeah.
Speaking of teammates, Heinz Field ketchup bottles are down. No more Heinz Field red zone, which fucking sucks. I was a big red zone guy.
Yeah, that
It
ketchup
was a
bottle
nice
pours
gimmick.
in. Yeah, it was
Yeah,
nice.
it was cool. Got you fired up.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're gonna do now,
Sought after, very sought after, I hear.
but we got a little information today about the Heinz ketchup bottles. They're going. People are offering up to $11 million for the 2 bottles, and they didn't sell them yet because they're trying to drive up the price. So there's going to be an auction. You could buy. I don't know if you could buy them as a set. I don't know if you could buy them separately or what. But I heard $11 million, and we know where they're being stored at.
Yeah.
So
One might disappear. In
2
your
might
favor.
disappear.
Maybe
The-
2.
So first of all, if you buy these things, where do you put them?
You just hang them on the front of your house.
They're
You just
doing
go to
it.
Heinz. Just your house is just a Heinz.
Yeah.
red zone.
That's in the man
That's
cave.
sick.
That's a man cave.
you got
No,
the money,
dude, they're
if you got
fucking.
the-
They're as
they're
long as a
fucking-
fucking
Dude,
trailer.
if you can afford $11 million for 2 things, your man
No,
cave
dude,
is in a
they're
stadium.
too- no, they're
sure,
too
you're not
big.
thinking.
Yeah, they're
literally
huge.
they're as long as a tractor trailer.
Dude, these are
It is wide.
humongous.
Yeah.
They're huge.
So if you got like a
Field of
major
dreams.
friggin' house
Yeah.
and a major pool,
That would be the coolest
Oh,
shit.
if it would like
And then it
pour
would
into
get-
your
and
pool,
then- and your pool
then you get
turns
a red, then you get a light.
Yeah,
It turns red.
dude, this guy's
Oh
great.
man, if I hit
Whoever's
the Mega
thinking of
Millions
that.
tonight, that's what we're fucking
Did you
doing.
play?
Fuck yeah, I played. Man, would that be sweet? Like
That
welcome
would
to my
be.
pool and just play Renegade, and then fucking the ketchup bottle starts to spill right in your pool. You get a red light.
And then
Big Ben just jumps off the
Yeah,
ladder,
you
butt naked.
he's skinny dipping. Yeah, you're skinny dipping. He's skinny dipping.
We're in the red
Casey
zone.
Hampton's running around naked for no reason. It'd be a fucking party. Man, that'd be cool. But yeah, if we could pull off this heist, I don't know. They're going to be hard to.
It's
they're gonna be
Greenfield
hard to.
Latan's a heist.
Yeah, it is. Just put them over the Greenfield side of McGee.
Yeah,
The Heinz
Right.
is a heist.
but put it up Hammered Field.
What I mean,
You would need someone with a seat. You obviously need someone with a
we need a
CDL.
CDL driver.
and
So,
a crane.
Yeah, don't message us about this. Approach us, but hey, I got a truck, I got a CDL,
Bunch
and
of tarps. We can't just be driving
yeah,
down the
it can't be-
highway.
yeah,
with
Right.
some
anything.
asshole's gonna
Right.
put us on Snapchat.
Right, someone would be like, "Hey, I seen these going down to fucking 376 West." Like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, we need some tarps. I don't know. It's definitely doable. I just think like, how are we gonna fence these things once we get them?
The
You gotta
price
send
would
him
dro-
overseas.
Nah, the price would you just have to. You'd almost have to find out the list of people bidding on it, and then be like, "Listen, you're gonna pay 11. We'll give them to you for 3 cash. Take them
Cash
right now."
now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Shuley might be right, dude. You find like a Steelers
Vladimir
fan
Putin, dude.
in like Italy or
Make
something.
it pink like borscht.
Yeah, they like ketchup over there.
They would love it.
I will pretend it's beet juice.
Well, if this podcast just happens to stop 1 week, we pulled it off. Know that.
yeah, and hey, if we do this
Or
next
we'll be in
podcast
jail on the news.
on a yacht,
If you went down, like we talk about shitting our pants and jerking off, but if
we
we
do.
went down,
That's accurate.
if we went down as the guys that stole the ketchup balls, we would, after we got out of jail, however long it was, we would be so viral.
What do you think that bit is? Like a year or something like that?
That's what I was thinking. Like, what are they going
I
to
don't have
give
any
the-
priors.
it's grand. It's
Yeah.
what is
I
it?
didn't do
Grand
it.
larceny, whatever they call it. I
But
think.
if they were like, especially if, like, it depends how deep into it you got caught. Like, if you'd already sold them and there's a bunch of extra
Yeah,
charges.
if you steal them and they're just in your possession, you're probably not looking at anything too crazy. But if you fucking sold them already, that's where you're going to get
and you
jammed up
can't
pretty
give
good.
back the, you're bringing other people.
But it would be, I mean, we would be viral and we would be like those
You'd
dudes
be
are
in
nuts.
Pittsburgh lore forever.
Do you think you could do a podcast from jail? I probably can these days.
well,
yeah, dude, what's his name? Did a rap from jail back in
yeah,
the
that's
what,
different.
the
Though, but
90s.
like you get 5-minute phone calls, so you would literally have to be like, I'd call in for 5 minutes.
There's 4 of us. That's 20-minute podcast.
Then you'd get but we can't talk to each other. We'd have to be like like it's you talking into the phone to the person on the other end. The other person isn't you. It's not like, hey, I'm going to call
All right, well,
Shuley on
we
the
got
third floor.
23 hours and 55 minutes before that to figure all that out.
Well, we could talk. There is a way to talk to people through the jail
Kites.
the toilet. The toilets. It's. I used to talk through the toilets. You empty out your toilet, and like there would be women on the one floor, and you would like what you would do is you would get the styrofoam ramen noodle cups, and you make a little megaphone, and you talk into the toilet, and there'd be a girl down the third floor, and you would talk to each other back and forth, and you would get her to talk dirty to you, and you would play it yourself, and
That's kind of fun, little like instant messenger.
it was, and like I just remember like
There's plenty of fish.
the one girl, plenty of turds. The one chick was just like, I remember like she like degraded me. Was like, I want you to beat that little white dick.
I will.
I was like, all right. She was definitely the dominant one in the relationship, but she ended up I remember she ended up getting out, and like she was like, I'm gonna pass it on to the next girl that comes in who wasn't down with it. So I went like 2 months without like
You're just hollering down that hole.
without toilet mate, no response.
What was your opening?
Okay, well, no, here's what happened.
Hello.
A guy told me like, hey, listen, here's how you do this. There's a chick down there. She's a freak. She'll talk dirty to you, and that was it. And I was like, yo, what's going on? She was like, who this? I'm like, it's Lil Z. You know what I mean? So it went like 2 months, and then the dude next to me was like, man, he's like, dude, unfill or take the water out of your toilet tonight. He was like, there's a new chick coming in. She wants to talk on the toilet. So I had like a couple week relationship and ended up getting on it. But yeah, I had like 2 toilet I wouldn't call them girlfriends, but like, it takes like at least like a day or 2 to get into like the part where
Yeah, you got to break the ice.
tell you to start beating your little white dick.
Twilly girlfriend.
Touchdown Kenny moves out of Oakland. This is just a weird pick. It was like move out day, and it was just like him and his boys on Ward Street moving out. Like, dude, you got paid already. Like,
You just stay there.
Yeah, I don't. But at the same time, like, I don't know. Your lease isn't up till August. It's you and your boys. Fuck it.
Right.
I got a
Hang
sweet
on to
place.
yeah.
I got a sweet place.
You don't got to
can
go
stay
anywhere. Yeah, you just got to work out in fucking Pittsburgh. You live on Ward Street. Fuck it. I wish I would have. I'm
King of the town there.
hung
Right.
on to Oakland forever. Yeah.
All the
Move-in day.
coos.
Why would he not want to be there on move-in day?
I don't think it's moving day yet, but
No,
it
it's
was
August.
Yeah, that's,
might
that's
have left-
coming
He
up
might
in the
be
middle.
at camp.
He might have left a beer pong table just for moving day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm moving
There's
out.
not a bigger day in the city of Pittsburgh Public Works than moving day. Man.
It is.
Everybody's working in Oakland that day.
That's the day.
Dude.
That's the day you steal the Heinz bottle. Because all the police are over there too.
Yeah, the police. Every city worker there is over in Oakland that day doing some kind of work, and it's just creep city. We did so many fucking circles the one like week up there. I was like, they're gonna call the police on
You
us,
wore
bro.
out the right
I'm
tires.
like,
Yeah,
you
I was
were.
going
I
to
was
say
like,
it's all
yeah, I
donuts.
was like, we did the Forbes the Fifth Circle 300 times, and you're hanging out the window, you old creep. I was like, well, can we go do some asphalt for fuck's sake? Like, this is getting
It's
awkward.
hard by now. What are we doing?
It was but yeah, it was just a funny picture. Like move out day, and it was just him and his boys sitting on Ward Street, and Kenny's worth, I don't know, a few $1 million at least he got for his signing bonus. Speaking of football, sticking in the AFC North, the Bengals all white uniforms are sick. Did you see these things?
Yeah.
Sick AF.
Sick as AF.
What do they got going on?
They got a white helmet,
White helmet.
black stripe,
Yeah.
white shirt, white pants, black stripes through the whole thing. They're the best uniforms
I
in the
didn't see
league.
him.
Yeah,
They're
it's
sick.
their away alternate uniforms.
Yeah, so it's kind of remember we have those like solid black.
I like the solid black.
Solid
with the yellow
blacks are
helmet.
good. These all whites are fucked.
They're fucking
Is there
That's
any
the
orange in it
answer.
at all?
I think
That's
there's
the
like a
answer to
hint.
all.
There
No,
might be a tinge
maybe
with
a
the
tint like
Bengal-
around the numbers or something like
Yeah.
that. But like it's almost all black and white. It's cool looking, man.
Yeah, that's sick as. I'm
That's
actually
the answer, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually not a Bengals hater. Like I don't.
I'm
hate
not
the-
either, dude. You can't hate Joe Burrow.
I like
they're all
Burrows,
young.
dude.
They're good as fuck.
Chase,
So how do
he's
you,
a
it's
monster.
hard to hate on those dudes. But yeah,
They've sucked for a very long
they've
time.
been bad for a very, very long time. The PIAA paves the way for high school athletes to be paid in NIL deals. This is crazy, man. I never thought I never really thought of this. Like, all right, college is one thing. You know, you're an adult. Now, like, high school kids are like could have the opportunity to
Makes
fucking
sense,
get paid.
dude.
And
I mean,
it does.
Who's to say who can make money and who
And
can't?
they're trying to put regulations on it where they can't wear their like school uniform. So like you couldn't like wear an alternate uniform and be like in a fucking Toyota commercial or some shit like that. You can't. They're trying to make it where you can't like do any like weed deals, no like booze deals, some
Right,
shit
that
like
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah.
It does make sense. So I think they're just trying to get ahead of it. It's not like
Might get some
it's
free
not-
Subway sandwiches.
It's not pushed through yet, but yeah, maybe. But like a car, if you're a high school kid and fucking,
Carter, yeah.
Yeah, if you got a license.
Right, your uncle has a car dealership.
I mean,
and
dude,
he's like, yeah.
some of these high school dudes. I mean,
If you think about the PI, they're definitely up there with like you got Texas, Florida, PA is the top 3 states. In
Yeah.
California,
Yeah.
top 4 states for recruiting in the whole country.
even Ohio probably got a
Ohio's
bunch.
huge. It's just wild to think. You know, what I mean, it was a high school kid could be fucking paid.
I mean, you figure like Rod Rutherford back in the day.
would have been
Right, but
unbelievable.
it's all
Yeah.
sports, dude. What about that dude from West Mifflin just got drafted fucking number 3 overall in the
In
NHL?
Hockey, yeah, but like
He was playing in like juniors though. He wasn't
Yeah.
playing for like West Mifflin hockey.
Right, but I'm saying as far as
Right,
you know,
that
he
could
could
go
make
for
some
that.
money on
Yeah,
that.
for sure. That could go for him.
Sure.
Anybody who's worth getting paid gets paid.
It's just crazy to think in high school.
Yeah,
yeah.
You know,
They're gonna be going after little leaguers.
but like you said, Rod Rutherford. Like Rod Rutherford was on the cover of the Tribune Review
With a
when
cape.
we were in high school, dressed like Zorro.
he
Yeah.
would have had.
He would have had major
He would have had
deals.
a GMC Tahoe for sure.
For
Somebody
sure.
who gave him something.
I would have
No
said
doubt.
in the country, if you would have took him, he'd have been top 5 making money if that was available.
For
then.
sure.
He
Maybe
was, yeah,
more,
he was
maybe
a huge
top
deal in high
3.
school, and he was a huge deal in high school, and he played for the City League.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know, we always talk
Him,
about what people in City League.
Pryor for Jeanette. I mean,
Yeah,
Right.
huge.
there's a couple dudes on the Pryor and the one dude plays for the Bengals now was on Jeanette too, right? Their one wide receiver,
T. Higgins.
not Higgins. The one dude's
Oh,
Tyler
Tyler
Boyd.
Boyd.
Tyler
Yeah,
Boyd.
Tyler
Yeah.
Boyd. He played for Aliquippa, I think.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so. All right, Larry, let's do some voicemails, buddy. Thanks for the voicemails this week, guys. Thanks for keeping them short also.
What's up, guys? Kenny.
There we go.
What a grinder.
Kenny.
So I got invited on Saturday to a spirit party. What's a spirit party, you might ask? Well, what that is apparently, you know, they have these local breweries, microbrews, where everyone brings different beer from the microbrewery they like. Well, the spirit party is supposed to be bring your favorite whiskey from a local distillery. I never even heard of a local distillery. Like, it's a spinoff. Like, our nerdy stepbrother, my wife, invites everybody to these parties. Nobody shows up. You feel bad for the guy. You want to go. But, like, I'm too simple for this. I drink Icy Light. I get my whiskey from Tennessee. I get my vodka from Poland. If you give me wine, you can give it to me out of a fucking box. I don't care. You know, like, I have no idea where a local distillery is. He sent a list. One's in Ligonier. That ain't fucking local. How about next time, say, we're having a cookout on Saturday. Bring a dip. Maybe more people will participate.
All right, can I answer this one? Kenny, Canadian Club.
Well, no, I gotta say the best line of the whole thing is when he says he's kind of nerdy. No one goes, so I feel bad for him. So I go. He said, "But why don't you make it normal and just a cookout and say bring a dip, and maybe people will show up."
Don't ever change, Kenny.
Kenny, I
Kenny, my
fucking
man.
love you, dude.
Fuck. Local distilleries, Wiggle for sure is one.
There's that place on Route
you're
8.
saying these
Stateside.
There's,
I mean,
Boyd?
there's places around here that like have their own whiskey.
you could go. I mean, like in this neighborhood, I would imagine. This, is
This
like,
would be
Right,
the area.
but
This is
Kenny-
there in Millville.
You
So,
could just
and-
bring whiskey.
in Kenny's nerdy's brother-in-law's defense, you could literally go to a liquor store and they have a giant wall that just says local, and there's a ton of booze up there.
Okay,
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, it's not hard, but also, Kenny, I'm on your side. It's a stupid party. Bring a dip. I get it. People try to do this cool shit, and like most of that shit is garbage.
Yeah.
So
Is it?
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff, like, you know, they try to make it like a niche whiskey or vodka or whatever, and it's very bad. Like local small brewery
Whiskey,
stuff,
yeah, whiskey it doesn't taste great anyway. So bad whiskey. Ugh.
It's just hard for me to ever disagree with Kenny. I'm always like,
No,
Team
I'm always
Kenny.
going
We're on
to be
your
team
team,
Kenny.
Kenny.
Yeah.
No, do it.
If you say he's a nerd, he's a nerd.
Kenny, what's your dip of choice? That's for next week.
Yeah, let's get, I'm on top 5 dips from Kenny.
Sorry, just a nerve last week with the postal service scenario. Big fan of the mailmen and mailwomen out there. Just frustrated with our recent worker. That's all. So anyway, this week I just wanted to circle back and get your thoughts on separation of church and state. A little less controversial. Just something simple to revisit. I don't even know that it's a question. I don't know what category it goes into. What the fuck is wrong with people driving in the left lane on the highways, especially the goddamn? Can we not take up the whole road, guys? Ridiculous. I know I'm guilty. We're all guilty of maybe going a little slow in the left lane occasionally, but it's the passing lane. It's the fast lane. I don't know what to do. It's just insanity, especially on these highways. People just checking their brakes on the interstate. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything you guys can do, if we can get a movement going to do driver's tests again. Anything. It's just brutal. All right, I'm out.
Well, Joe, I'm glad you straightened that up with the United States Postal Service. But next time you call, maybe wind your window up.
Yeah.
He was obviously calling from.
He was driving slow to left
He was
lane.
obviously on the parkway and calling.
No, he's 100% right about the left lane shit, though.
But
It drives me nuts.
It's gotten progressively worse the older we've gotten, and you wonder like if if it's just not getting passed on or people just aren't doing it
Right.
anymore.
Dude.
Because back in the day, it was like
I'll tell you what, with left lane on 28 is hell. So it's not like there was one even coming over the Elizabeth Bridge. There's only 2 lanes.
Yeah.
And if you want to go to one area, you have to be in the left lane. And people were just tailgating. Actually, my dad is a very aggressive driver. His ass on the way home from golf.
Yeah.
What's the ruling on that? If there's 2 lanes and one, I have to be in this lane. I'm not getting over. you take it easy, buddy.
I mean, if you keep the pace of the speed limit, go 10 miles over. What else can you do?
Well, no, but if it's designated lanes, you got to respect the designated lane.
I'm a cruiser, dude. I don't drive fast. I don't drive slow, but
you drive in the right lane or
I
left
don't
lane?
drive. If I'm driving, I know what I'm doing in the left lane. I don't
You're a
drive.
left laner.
I don't drive slow in the left lane.
Right.
He's a left laner.
Well, no, I will get over to the right, and I'll just go slower because I don't fly.
Yeah.
But I go over the speed limit. I go about 10 miles over the speed limit.
Right, I
everywhere
pass
I go.
you, and then I get over. And then the
Right.
next guy, I pass him, and I get back over.
I don't just stay cruising in the left lane. I will, but
if I'm in the right
a
lane,
cruiser.
my dump truck wasn't driving terrific.
Right.
Dude, I'm in the right lane. I might go 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, go around me.
Yeah.
Well, that's
See you
your
later.
prerogative.
But I'm about to go to Ocean City, dude, and if somebody's in that left lane blocking me when I'm trying to go about 90, 95 miles an hour, then we got an issue.
When
and
everybody's
I will
doing
ride directly up his
55?
ass.
Well, we're a time podcast, John, so you
Yeah.
you can't
I
come,
got-
you can't come back from vacation
What's
and
the
be on
time
this
to be?
podcast.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta get down there in under 7 for
Yeah.
sure.
Don't even tell me you went on vacation.
Yeah, I just want to hear the time.
If you made bad time.
Yeah, how was your trip? No one
Dude,
cares.
we
What was
didn't
the
go.
time?
We didn't go.
There's one dude I've ever heard of getting a ticket for not following the rule in the left lane. Is Corey Deasy.
That makes sense.
I heard in Ocean City from an Ocean City trip, he got a ticket for not
He
using.
was on there too long, and they're
He
too long.
wouldn't get out of the left lane, and he wasn't using it for passing.
He's probably going slow.
I think
How long are you allowed to in the left lane? A mile or something like that?
If no one's next to you, you got to move over.
Dude, that was
you know?
definitely the Maryland State Police who were just
Maryland
taking a
don't
Just
play.
check.
fucking with PA plates.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. I think there's a disconnect between generations here because when our parents were that was a thing they instilled in us, and I don't know. The kids.
We're not
and
passing
people are
it on.
old too. Yeah, we're just not passing on knowledge.
We got to
Right.
do better.
That's true.
All right, what do we got next?
What's up, boys? Troy here. First time caller, long time listener. You know what really grinds my gears? Speedy checkout lines. It's like the Wild West. People just come in here with 50 some items and go to the speedy checkout line. It's supposed to be 20 items or less. And nobody's holding these people to any kind of standard. I don't want to be the guy, but I feel like it's on me to be the guy. Like who's regulating this? And naturally, when you go to these places, there's nothing other than self-checkout now. So the elderly and the people who are not tech savvy and can't use a fucking debit card,
My dad.
they're attracted to this. And then, not only do they have 50 items, but they're using 3 different forms of payment. They're pulling a check out, a lottery card. We need to tighten up here. This is 2022. Somebody got to hold these fucking people accountable. All right, fellas, have a good one.
Oh, man.
He had passion.
He's right.
He sponsors the podcast.
Does he?
Yeah. Schaefer Inc.
Schaefer Inc.
That's Troy.
He's right. Somebody you got to be held accountable. We live in a society. If you're 20 items or less, be a person and follow the rules.
If you got 22, 23, okay.
No, John, it's 20
That's how it
items
starts?
or less. Yeah, and then you give people a fucking inch, and they take a fucking mile.
Well, no, you got to go back to what he said before. If you have no idea how to work a fucking debit card or any of that shit, just go to the wait in line for the person.
Dude, I'm pretty
Don't
good
ever
at
waste
that's
don't
what
waste
we're-
everybody's time.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The checkout line, yeah, if 20 items or less, fucking go wait in that line. If like you said, if you're an older person, just go to the regular line.
Just go.
Avoid it all because
Yes.
the self checkout and you're not good at counting
Dude,
anymore. Who
here's,
are you kidding? You
here's
don't
the
count
problem,
great.
dude. If you go to Giant Eagle at prime time, dude, it might be 20 deep backed up in the aisles. So if you see that lane shorter, you're gonna take the chance of totally embarrassing yourself because you
Yeah.
don't know how to ring out bananas.
Dude,
I've done that before.
Dude, produce on the self
4011
checkout line
on the
Shoo!
bananas.
It gets ugly.
When it was
got
new,
a watermelon you're trying to scan. It's rolling around
Yeah.
everywhere.
But usually, sometimes in Giant Eagle, they've been having somebody watch these lines.
Yeah.
And helping it progress. But dude, Johanna got called out before for having too many items.
Did
on
she?
the
Did
12 or
she?
more.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what I like. We need more checkout people like that.
hall
Did she make him
monitors.
hey, put
She
him
was
back?
fine. Do you want me to get out of the other line? She got lady was like, I'm just saying.
You're not following the
She was
rules.
like, I'm just saying that's 13.
You just think the rules don't
Why
apply
you
to you,
counting my
lady.
items? Mind your business.
That's her job to count the items.
No, this was an old lady in the store.
Oh,
this is
a little
civilian.
Nebby,
It was a
Nancy.
yeah.
It was a civilian.
I
Debbie
like her
Nancy was
style.
counting.
Looking for the smoke.
Yeah.
I like that.
Undercover.
She didn't want to make a fuss, but
So,
she just wanted
shop and save-
wanted it noted.
The shop and say by my house, it's just like a quick item place. If like Leanie's cooking or something, and like, oh fuck, we need this, I'll run down there and grab it. And they recently replaced all the cashiers except one very high kid and like 4 checkout spots. And it's an older store. There's older people in it. And like these poor older people in there, like, I can't believe they took all these checkout people away. And they're in there, and like the husband's trying to help. But usually in like older relationships, the wife is more like tech savvy for the husband for whatever fucking reason. So the husband just totally lost. He's yelling at the kid. The kid's on the moon. He just ate fucking a 50 milligram edible. He don't give a fuck about anything. It's crazy, man. I wasn't a self checkout guy, but like. I got forced into being a self-checkout guy because, like, the alternative is just, like, you're in the elderly line.
Adapt or
Dude,
die.
sometimes I'm like, you know what? I don't really give a shit. I'll play on my phone and sit here for 40 minutes.
I don't feel like working. I don't feel like working at the grocery store.
Yeah.
I didn't apply to work. I bought the groceries, and now I'm ringing them up. I'm
They
fucking
used to
bagging
pay
them.
kids to do this.
Oh, dude, it sucks.
The worst thing is, too, like, most of the time, they'll have someone there assisting you to scan the heavy items. When they don't have that, I lose my fucking mind. Like when I have to pick up the case of water, when I have to pick up the watermelon, I'm like, I didn't sign up for this.
At least Home Depot will just like put a gun there, and they give you the gun, and you can fucking shoot your own shit.
Yeah.
That's a lot better than having to fucking, like I said, pick up a watermelon, put it in a bag, and then sometimes if you don't put it in a bag, the sensor doesn't pick up. It's a whole to do, man. It's something else.
Or you're like, is this a Spanish onion or a white onion?
Yeah, I don't
know.
fucking know.
It's called a Spanish onion. Move it.
Whatever's
keep it moving.
cheaper.
Ah, there you go.
Last one.
Yo, it's Big John from Virginia Beach. I got a major fucking gear grinder these days. The way I talk to you fucking guys is not far off from the way I talk in real life. I am not meant to be put on speakerphone and not being told that I'm on fucking speakerphone.
Oh.
My wife calls me and says my kid has a good report card except he got a bad grade in music. And I say, well, fuck that teacher. He could suck my fucking dick. And her mom's in the car. or I'll call my buddy and he'll answer the phone. Or he'll call me, I'll answer the phone and be like, what's up, motherfucker? And, oh, hey, John, my kids are in the car. I am not meant to be on speakerphone, and I'm guessing you fucking guys aren't either. Anyways, gear grinder, take it easy.
You're the man, Big John. Thanks,
John,
brother.
great.
You have to put a disclaimer up if you have someone on speakerphone.
Somebody calls, you're on speaker. You got to let them know.
Rosa
Right off the
knows.
rip.
No, don't put me
Rose
on.
is by far the worst person ever in the history to be on speakerphone. As my
Yeah,
kids
because
found
she'll
out.
say, well, we all have heard
Anything.
Rosa's things.
Anything.
She says wild shit.
You got to let people know they're on speakerphone. You just have to because like people are liable to say anything. I went to Bonefish Grill this weekend. Actually, very good. I was shocked. But this lady next to me was on fucking speakerphone the whole entire meal.
That's crazy.
And
I'm
you should
like,
be able to
dude.
throw something at her.
I'm like looking at her and like she knows like it's annoying me and it's like, are we gonna have a big to do here or like am I just gonna eat my
I gotta
sea
suck
bass
it
and
up
go
and
home?
think about it like
Yeah.
a pussy.
Yeah, go to my podcast and bitch about it there.
That's North Hills Jack. That ain't Greenfield Jack.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. It's Diet Coke Jack and not Crown Royal Jack is really what it fucking boils down to. Because Diet Coke Jack,
So she just sat in her
Dude,
booth
she was-
eating and
she-
talking on a speakerphone?
it wasn't even booth. It was one of those like long booths. And then like everybody sits in the booth, and then the other side of the table is like a bunch of two tops. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and they're really close. She was there with her kid. I get it. What the fuck you to talk about? The kid was like 11. He was fucking on whatever YouTube or whatever the whole entire fucking time. But she calls and she's like showing someone her fucking meal, and she's fucking this and that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man?
So she
Like,
ignored her kid the whole time, and her kid ignored
her
her?
kid, and he ignored
That's
her.
nice.
But like, it's just, and they just. She had it on speakerphone, like literally, like the whole entire meal. I'm like, you are an asshole, man.
Dude, I was at the pediatrician with my kids, and this lady came in with her fucking speakerphone on. She's talking about crazy shit, like wild night at the club before, like fuck this motherfucker, that motherfucker. Like, oh my god, dude, like You're in a pediatrician's office, so you know that,
dude,
right?
Wait till you get to your fucking car, man.
I mean, that's just a rule of thumb. If you like call your friend, especially if you're the one calling them, and you're like, "Hey, what's going on? What are you doing?" It's weird to already have it on speaker, like unless you're driving. But you gotta let them know right from the gate. And I always, if I'm with my friends, for some reason they're on. Hey, what's going on? What are you doing? Hey, you're on speakerphone.
Right.
Dude,
That's all you gotta do.
Courtesy.
Dude, I don't even like it because sometimes I'll call Johanna, and this is totally like, it's just her in the house, but I can hear it echoing, and like she can't hear me great. And I'm like, am I on speaker? You know what I mean? Pick up the phone and put, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put your earbuds in or something.
Yeah.
I'll call you later.
Yeah.
Right. You just gotta, at the very least, you gotta let people know.
It's a courtesy to just tell someone, like, everybody can hear you.
So,
All right, let's take a little break.
thanks for the calls this week, everyone. Looks like we're gonna take a real quick commercial break. Be right back with more Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're living down the south side inside of a cardboard box and your dog's chewing on your leg and you probably got 73 cents in your McDonald's cup, you're looking for a place to live. Well, guess what? I got good news. Carlson & Associates is the place. They're specializing not just in residential, but also commercial, multifamily investment, historic buildings, and everything else. So get that cardboard box, fold it up, get to the closest payphone, and make a call. Call 412-431-1718 to schedule an appointment. Carlson & Associates will walk down to your cardboard box and show you other boxes all around the south side. Have a great day, folks, and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Oh, yeah, brother. I just drove past your house, and it looks like your wall's falling down. This is not good for business, because guess what? If that wall comes down, I'm climbing up that hill and banging your old lady. So yeah, every one of your neighbors thinks you're a giant piece of shit and you can't afford a new wall. Well, guess what? I got a phone number now you can. You better call Just Walls at 412-889-4401. Fully insured, and build that wall before I come up here and I bang your old lady. Dig it! Hey, what's going on, everybody? Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Right now, if you're sitting in your house and you're going to go up to the bathroom and you're shitting inside a plastic bucket, you're probably in trouble. Then if you go into your bedroom and there's buzzards flying in because you ain't got no fucking windows, you're in real trouble. Well, guess what? I got good news. Bath Factory and Window, 412-951-3939. They handle all your bathroom and window repairs. They've been in business for over 100 years, and their great-great-grandfather came over on the Mayflower, and he installed the first shitter in the White House. So you can trust Bath Factory and Window at 412-951-3939. Stop shitting on a bucket and getting eaten by buzzards. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if you've ever had a problem like me, but if you've ever stuck your dick in the light socket, you're probably going to need an electrician. Well, good thing Greenfield's Finest Podcast has Plug Electric as our official electricians of the Greenfield Finest Podcast. If you're looking for a good electrician, contact Plug Electric. Ask for Vance Hall. Phone number 412-298-6770. That's 412-298-6770. And stop sticking your dick in the light socket. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into Corn Dick of the Week. Money line. Who be Corn Dicking this week?
Allegedly, Ricky Martin is having sex with his 21-year-old nephew. This story, there's not a lot out on it yet, but his nephew is accusing him of like domestic violence and sexual crimes. They didn't really get specific of what the sexual crimes are, but it is his nephew, so it's incest, bunch of weird shit. Ricky Martin's camp is just saying like this is a really troubled 21-year-old, yada, yada, yada. I don't know who to believe here. This is a fucking strange story. And I don't want to pick sides, but I saw a picture of his nephew. He looked pretty strange.
And Ricky looked great.
Ricky looks great. I think Ricky's like still acting and shit too. But as we know, these Hollywood types, they're a little strange too.
It ain't out of the realm of possibilities.
So that was the crime? Me and you were talking at golf. Is the crime?
So incest is brought up. It's his nephew.
All right.
But in the article, it says sexual crimes.
Okay.
And they didn't elaborate. I don't think they even know yet.
So incest is not the crime, but
I don't think
he's just pecker checking, dude.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what else sexual crimes could be.
maybe he took the cakes. He didn't.
Yeah, right.
He wasn't consensual incest. Because
if you're going to incest, it got to be consensual.
Right. Else it's right. It's
rape if you don't. You have.
Yeah, it's you got to be. You got consent.
It's 21 years old.
Jack, Is he now? Did this happen when he was before he turned 18?
No, well, they didn't say. The article is very vague. The charges seem very vague. They're not doing this isn't happening in America. I forget where actually it is, but they said in the article I forget where it's at, but they said wherever it is, they don't take sex crimes lightly at all, and that's kind of why this kid pressed
looking
charges.
at a lot of time.
He's looking up to 50 years in jail.
That's scary.
So
There's gonna be a lot of freaking incest in that jail cell, dude. If it's that big of a deal.
Well, incest would be like if he.
does he have
It was a joke.
a family full? Are all the Martins locked up in Panama City or wherever the fuck they're at?
Obviously.
Where else you gonna put him?
Living the Vita Loca in a cell. I think it's just Ricky going down for this one.
I think Ricky should get off because this seems way too strange.
Sounds like he
Apparently,
did.
yeah, apparently he did.
Jesus.
You only seen my lips moving. The motherfucker jumped in on it before I could even get done shooting the gun.
I
was
let you
pulling
say
it
it
The
first.
quick and the dead.
I just reminded everybody.
Tom Brady says the hardest thing about parenting is his wealth.
Yep.
This is a fucked up thing to say, but I kind of get where he's coming from. You have these kids, you and your wife are fucking super duper wealthy. You have maids, you have personal chefs, you have nannies, private teachers, private coaches, fucking literally anything you want. How do you bring kids up not to be spoiled little
Right.
fucks?
That's true.
With any drive or how
How would
humble,
you do that?
I don't know, dude.
That's probably why he said.
Because you have so much, you can protect them so much.
You could protect them, and you made all this money. You want the chef. You want all this shit. You'd be crazy not to have it. What's the point of having money if
What's
you
he
can't have
getting
this
paid?
sweet
He's getting
shit?
paid another $300 million.
Dude, it's X amount of money between him and his lady at this point.
It's crazy.
It's infinite money.
And the nepotism in that is like his kids basically are going to get it's fucked up to say, even if they do work hard, they're always going to be in Tom Brady's shadow, and they're always going to be like, you're only got this far because your dad was Tom Brady and your mom was Giselle. Like
that might toughen them up.
Even
a
so,
bit.
but
mentally,
they're still going to be set for fucking
Right.
generations.
They literally could stop going to school tomorrow and be
right.
rich.
Maybe send them to like a military academy.
yeah.
Yeah, but then are you punishing your kids because you're super rich and you're trying to make it normal? I don't know. I put him at
tightrope.
I put him at corn dick because it's Tom Brady, but that I get where he's coming from there because that would be fucking super tough. They're not going to have normal friends. The kids they go to high school with, it's all private. They're going to be fucking in similar situations. Probably not the same, but there's going to be other kids that are in the same situation.
Yeah.
How the fuck don't you be like, Dad? You know what I mean?
You know what, guys? You got to start cutting the grass.
Yeah,
every week.
That could be something.
And
yeah.
then, then next thing you know,
They're gonna pay someone to do it.
paying their
Yeah.
buddy who fucking dad, is just a normal guy.
Yeah,
to cut
that's
the grass
a
for
tough
$50.
one there. That's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't know what you do there, Tom.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. So
Yeah, I wish I did.
Obviously, you don't give a fuck. You retired for 2 days, then you got out of Dodge. I can't deal with these fucking
Right.
kids. I'm going back to work.
let the nannies handle them.
He's like,
right.
Giselle's a bitch. The nannies are bitches.
I'm going back to throwing a football, which I don't blame him because I will throw a football as long as I can, as long as I could if I was him too. LeBron says if he were Brittany Griner, he would question returning to the United States. Would you, LeBron? You don't think old Brittany wants to get back over to the U.S. of A. right now? You think she's thinking in her head like, oh, man, maybe I don't want to go back there, you fucking idiot. This poor girl's rotting in a jail cell.
In another country, you
in
buffoon.
Russia.
Yeah, she's like, I go to
and-
Great View,
And you got the
Chernobyl.
biggest, instead of the fucking dude saying, trying to figure out to use his platform to, kind of, try to help her do so. I don't know what LeBron could do, but, saying, oh, if I were her, I don't think I'd want to come back here because they don't have my back.
No,
Are
just
you
insult,
nuts?
insult the country that's what's he like? What does he want? Not what could we do? What's he want? They're not going to trade the what would they say what is the guy? The
They want
merchant.
somebody
He's like
arms.
merchant
They
of
want-
death.
yeah,
is the
they
guy's
want
nickname.
They want a major arms dealer for Brittany Griner.
Yeah, they're playing hardball.
Which I get if I'm Russian
if
too.
I-
If I had an ace, you know what I mean. I want my ace back.
If
An
I
ace
was-
for an ace.
If I was Joe, I'd be like,
Yeah, Russia could
Vlad,
probably use the merchant of death right about now. They're in a war.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
anybody watch WNBA? Nobody wants her back.
I mean, you gotta feel terrible for this fucking.
I
girl,
feel
dude.
terrible for her, but yeah, LeBron, dude, who's the shot at? Who's not doing what they could do?
He's not. If you ask my opinion, he's not.
It's
He's
always,
not doing
it's, he
anyone
always comes up with some bullshit like that.
He's not doing anyone any fucking favors right there by that stupid fucking comment, because all he's doing right there is maybe people who like didn't know Brittany, all they're reading is that, and they're like, oh, she don't want to come back to America.
Why
Fuck
would she?
her.
They don't. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like that's not what's going on here. He could have said so many more things to help the situation. Like, Brittany, the people in America are rooting for you. We're hoping something works out. We're gonna get a petition going. Something.
LeBron might have some kind of pull, dude.
He got a lot of money. He could make some kind of move.
He could do something with social media to get some competition started to at least keep it in this news.
Him saying, I don't think, if I was her, I don't think I'd want to come back at this point. It's the dumbest thing he could have said.
She got like 10 years in a fucking.
She didn't get anything.
She's
yet.
going to sit there for at least a year.
For sure.
It just got pushed back another 6
Well,
months.
no, she pled guilty.
But it's going to be before
sentencing.
Before like all this, like just on like.
She's fucked.
Just in her
dude.
circumstance.
Yeah,
she's going to sit there a
screwed.
year before even a ruling comes down.
It's so fucked up.
And then LeBron was on a show, The Shop. It's kind of like a live podcast TV show type deal where they all sit in barber chairs and like talk. It's not a bad show, actually. But he said they're like, what like fan base or what city you hate the worst? And he was like, Boston fans, because they're racist as fuck. LeBron owns part of the Red Sox.
It's part of the freaking Penguins now.
Well, yeah,
right. Well, it's the group.
But
it's the group, but it's part of the Red Sox, and he has called the whole fan base racist as fuck. Like, dude, why? Like, why, bro?
He's a cunning linguist.
They are furious in Boston, dude. They're calling like they want him out of the group. They want him to fuck. They're going crazy.
Right.
Boston fans get called racist by fucking everybody. I mean, they kind of dug their own grave. They've been trying to change their ways. It seems like and get rid of the stereotype.
You just can't fire a generalization.
A generalization of a city,
A
where
whole city
where
that you own a
part
team.
of the baseball team.
Probably not a good idea because the same fans root for the Red Sox, right? Stupid.
Right, stupid. He just says dumb shit, man. And he's like such a dork. I hate LeBron. We had a very strange tweet from this lady looking for some attention. This morning, I had a seizure outdoors and fell down. One of the raccoons that live in my yard ran over and started nudging me until I sat up. She was whimpering. I let her know I was okay, and she left. I made it inside the house. Animals are so kind. This didn't happen, lady.
No,
you
didn't
fucking
happen.
lunatic.
Can I speak on this as someone who has had a seizure before? Okay, first off, you have a seizure. You don't remember anything that happened. There's no way if you're shaking on the ground, the raccoon would do anything but start eating you. Third, this goes back to when we were talking about people writing shit about their kids, like, all I want for Christmas is hope and joy for everybody. Like, this is just a bullshit story. I get it. Raccoons have been getting a bad rap on this podcast. You're trying to boost them up. They say they're better than they are. But if this was true, the raccoon would have fucking bit you.
And then ate your garbage and ripped it out.
Have you ever seen a raccoon
made
do
a mess
nice?
everywhere?
Yeah,
Never. You've never heard a good because they're not, going around saving people's lives.
It ain't a city raccoon, I'll tell you that.
No. To sit there and say that, like, dude, when you have a seizure, like, you're not even, if you really had a seizure and you were laying on the ground, you're not thinking of going and tweeting. You don't know where you're at. You literally have to go to the hospital. It takes you at least 3 or 4 hours to know, like, remember what your fucking name is.
You might have bit your tongue off.
Yeah, you probably bit your tongue off. Not off, but like
You don't think
you're injured.
You don't think a little nudge from a raccoon would have busted you out of the seizure?
No. What happens is you just literally seize up uncontrollably. Like, I know I like the bad ones for like 5 to 7 minutes, and like you're on the verge of death. Like, you know what I mean? You wouldn't even have known if a raccoon was there.
Right. Well, it's obviously bullshit, but people are insane.
So do you think we should start firing up like just fake ass tweets?
Just fake tweets. Yeah, probably.
Lieber's probably be good at that.
Yeah, I can make up a couple things.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, Larry's awesome, dude. It was so cool. He sucked my dick the other day. Gave him an extra $20 this week. It'll be like tech guy. It'll be like, tech guy sues podcaster after sexual harassment.
Well, I mean, that was that. That's what you just did there.
Yeah. That's where I was going. I was running it together, Jack. I knew where I was dropping that ship into.
All right. I just wanted to pump the brakes. I don't know if you were to double down on the sexual
No,
harassment.
Larry knows. Allegedly, I said that.
You think Larry likes
That's
his
not how
job?
allegedly works either. A wife hires a honey trap. A honey trap is when you hire a hot younger woman to pretty much prey on your husband to see if you could trick him into cheating on you.
Entrapment.
This girl was so hot. this hurt. So they said in the article it was an older man. They didn't say how older. I'm assuming like 60s because the way he was like texting and shit. But a hot 21-year-old hits this guy up online. Like, hey, how are you? I like older guys, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, well, I'm older, but I'm not, blah. And she was like, well, I want to meet. And he was like, all right, well, the poor bastard fires off a hotel room like immediately. And she was like, just to be clear, I want to come there and I want to have sex with you. And then she was like, yeah, I'm down pretty much. And then she screenshots it, sends it to the wife. The wife pays her. The old guy's fucked. You can't be setting old guys up online.
He should have been like, dude, I don't want to have sex. I just want to eat your earring.
That's the old saying, it's too good to be true.
Anything too good to be true is too good to be true.
Don't start firing off dick pics.
She should have been like 42 years old. He's 60. It would have been better.
The
She's
fucked
21.
Up thing,
Like, come on,
I don't
man.
think this husband was cheating. I just think he got an offer he couldn't refuse, dude. Because like the way he approached this was like an old guy, like taking
look
aback.
at what kind of wife he's dealing with.
Yeah, like
she's psychotic,
nut. And like, what do you expect this guy to say?
Right.
Like, you know, he's fucking 60-some years old. His 21-year-old. I mean, I don't know.
Only if she's like, listen, I need to divorce this dude. I need his money. I need
proof.
Yeah. Infidelity,
which is some real evil shit. But there's probably
that would make more sense. I just wanted to see if you do it.
That only works in certain states, though.
The fucked up part is too, like he wasn't out there lurking for her. She sent him the first DM.
Like it was.
That's definitely a trap.
She preyed on him,
dude. Older dudes they get preyed on every day, but
they got to stay off the internet.
They got to stay off.
Elder abuse.
They missed the wave on the internet. They just like guys like my dad's age, like your dad. You know, like, those dudes are all pretty much dads. Stay off the internet at this point because like you're gonna get jammed up one. You're gonna get scammed. You're gonna give someone your social security number. You're gonna do something you're not fucking supposed to.
Right.
Just leave the internet alone, or at the very least, go on the internet. Don't reply to anybody
that you don't know.
You don't reply to a hot 20-year-old.
Yeah, nobody needs your information on the internet. Just don't reply. Look at some pictures, like some shit, and then get out of there before you ruin your life. We had an Iranian bride shot and killed at her wedding for a celebratory gunfire. So, this Iranian wedding, they get married, they start shooting up in the air. Someone doesn't shoot up in the air, catches the bride in the head, goes through her skull, kills her. Cousin flees the scene with a weapon. All supposed to be an accident. So they said it was a kickback, shot up, got away from him, but shooting in the air, shot down. You know what I mean?
Like the dude from the Three Amigos.
I don't know what that is, but is it a movie?
You ever seen that? We're like, they all shoot in the air.
Amigos?
What's it called? You never seen it?
I don't think.
But yeah, so it's like a wedding and they're shooting to like celebrate. Is that what you're saying?
No, they were like doing the thing and they all shot in the air and the one dude shot to the side
purpose.
and he killed the invisible man.
Okay,
never mind. No one else seen this movie?
I get it, John. I get it.
But
Chevy Chase.
Do you think that? So this was the groom's cousin that supposedly killed the bride. Do you think the groom was like, hey, man, you know, we're going to shoot some guns off after I get married. I hate this chick. Any way you could kill her for me and we could say it's an accident?
Yeah.
If that's the case, that's kind of genius.
Right. What's her net worth? And I'll tell you if it's true.
It could have been one of those arrangements. You know what I mean? He was like, dude, you got to get me out of this. He's like, yeah, at the end, we're going to do that gunfire thing. He's like, oh, yeah, I got a good idea.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, if it was either way, that's super sad. That's a crazy way to die. You're at a wedding, it's the bride accidentally gets shot or gets shot on purpose. That's insane.
Accidentally or on purpose?
Yeah, it was an interesting story. She was hot too. They were young. It was fucked
That makes
up.
it so much more sadder, doesn't it?
It does not. Yeah. Think about it. You're saying like a hot chick. Like I'm like, it probably was an accident.
Yeah, it probably was. Man, could you imagine? But I mean, just handing out guns to a bunch of people to shoot up and throw some rice, dude.
Yeah, that's probably with the birds.
They should.
So listen, there was this video that I actually had queued up for the episode last week. There was a wedding. Bride and groom were coming out of the church, and the groomsmen, they had a wheelbarrow of rice. So the groomsmen were supposed to everyone was supposed to throw the rice. These dudes had shovels, and they were just whipping the fucking rice at the fucking bride and groom.
They're giving it
you're gonna make me do this corny ass shit, and they were just whipping them with it, which is kind of funny.
Were they pelting them hard?
They were getting them. Which, like I said, you made me do corny shit. I'm going to make you look like an asshole.
Just a thought for Iranian weddings moving forward. Maybe get rid of the gunfire after the wedding. Pick up the shovels of rice.
But that's also kind of fun, though.
Try some fireworks.
Woman buys husband sex doll that looks exactly like her. Now they have threesomes.
What a waste of money.
Yeah, who the fuck wants a sex doll that looks just like your wife? Weirdo.
That's a weird. I
mean, like when I say like same, like they were in the same outfit in this picture.
Yeah,
they looked exactly alike.
I've seen that.
It's like, dude, what's going on here? Like, all right, you don't want to have a threesome with a real person. You want to buy me a sex doll? Cool. Give me a black chick. I mean, let's mix it up.
I swear to God, I thought the same thing. I'm like, dude. So like, if my lady, I'm gonna be like, all right, the sex doll's gonna be black with blonde hair,
yeah, like,
and real tall. And
mix it up.
Totally opposite you. If you want a sex doll dude, you can get a black dude. And he can be real tall and have a giant dick. You know what I mean?
What's the point of getting a replica of your wife?
Yeah. Right. Right. We have each other already. You know what I mean?
We've been doing this. We've been pounding on each other.
Right.
Let's pound on a weird sex doll that doesn't look like you.
Right, because then we don't have to get emotionally attached to the sex doll.
When I choke her, it's not weird.
Yeah. Saying they've been having like threesomes with the sex. It's like, is this chick like eating her own sex doll out? Like, what's going on here?
That's kind of weird.
This dude's he's having the worst life.
She's found a way to eat her own coos.
You're right.
Maybe she's a narcissist.
That's what it is. She was like, I always wanted to eat my own coos, so she's firing on her own coos. Her husband's giving her the business, or the sex doll's blowing the husband while the wife's eating the coos and then getting pudding flung right in her grill by a fourth person that we don't know about.
Which all sounds pretty cool.
It does.
You think there's a voyeur in the room?
There's got who's
be a
taking the
cameraman.
picture?
Yeah, gotta be a cameraman.
Who's taking the picture? But yeah, no, that all sounds great. Just like mix it up a little bit.
Right. They should have interchangeable heads. Like, oh, you got like
it's
a Latina,
like a black head with a white body.
Yeah, a Latina, one, and then an Asian one. Like, you'd be able to mix it up. Like, be diverse.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything there. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Swings at local carnival collapse in midair. 20 people get injured. This was a janky swing ride, and it was fucking moving, dude. There was definitely like some high school kid that just put the lever all the way up.
This is a fair?
It was a
local fairs, shit like that happens all the time.
There was nothing like, it just wasn't anchored anywhere. It was just like, it crumbled, man.
Can't
and like
trust
somehow
parties.
no one died. They were
That's
pretty
crazy.
high because it kind of broke down slow. So they were really high in there, and it started like collapsing slow, and they were getting lower and lower to the ground, and just above the ground, going fucking fast as fuck. I would have shit my pants. Yeah, 20 people got fucked up somehow.
He's
no
like,
one
no,
died.
this part of the ride.
I was at one of them fairs when I was a kid. Me and my sisters on a ride, and this thing wouldn't latch, and the shit went off.
Was it swings or like?
It was like a thing that went around in a circle, and this fucking thing, we're like screaming the whole time, trying to hold this thing in so we didn't fly off this ride
It's nuts,
and die.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of a janky like carnival ride I've been on off the top of my head, but like the Blue Streak up at Carnival Lake Park, like I'm sure they made some changes to do it, but back in the day, that was a rickety motherfucker, and you would fly out of your seat there. Dude, you would get like it was impossible in this one like double dip not to just elbow who's ever next to you hard as fuck if you were sitting on the one side. Dudes were just coming out of their bloody noses all the time and shit. But yeah, the swings. I was a swing guy. I liked it. I don't know if I could do the swings now in my old age. I think it might be too much, but I don't know. Yeah, carnivals, you got to be careful, dude. You don't know who's running that shit.
And they're traveling. So, like, I mean, how good are they really at setting up the ride?
Set up team.
Yeah,
you know they're all doped up.
Oh, they're all on meth or heroin or both, and they're like going from city to city, just going around like, you got an hour and a half, put that ride up, boy. I reckon you get two. And he's like, all right, Paul. And next thing you know, he puts in one bolt in the ground. Fucking kids are shooting all over the place.
We're just getting.
You were talking about.
I agree with
the
everything
ground.
you just said right now, dude. The carnies, man. You got to keep your eye on them.
You were talking about Paulie Walnuts last week. Fucking when him and Bobby Bacala got in it at the feast because Paulie Walnuts tried to save some money on the fucking feast.
Fair. I was just thinking of that.
And he got some janky ass carnies to come in and they fucked shit up.
Yeah, he's like, we ain't got money like we used to. And they're like, who cut the funds? And they were like, Paul, your buddy Paul. Paulie shorted him, and the dude didn't have no money for fucking maintenance.
Yep, and Bobby Bacala Dracula was ready to kill him because his kids got fucked up.
So it happens more than you think.
MGM. Well, we just talking about Sopranos episodes like they're real life. MGM Grand. Glass door shatters and complete chaos ensues. They thought it was a mass shooter. Door somehow shatters. They didn't really say how in the article. Everybody thinks it's a mass shooter. People go off fucking running like crazy on this trip because, I mean, this is the world we live in. You know, you see people running, you fucking run. This actually happened down in the North Shore this past weekend. I think there might have been a shooting down there the prior weekend. This weekend, a car backfired in front of a restaurant. Whole place like hits the deck. They lock the door, lock customers in, do all this like safety precaution shit, and it ended up with just being a car backfiring. It's like, man, dude, this sucks.
Can I ask you about that?
At least they're ready for it.
How big? You've been out there. How big are we talking?
It was a door. Those glass doors are giant. Like if that's what it was, they're huge.
You're talking like 10, 20
12 feet of glass door.
They ever say what broke it?
No,
and
they're
probably like a half-inch thick. Like that.
So you don't know if somebody like threw something or what. Yeah, because like those windows, like the hotel windows, you ain't breaking those fucking windows. Okay. But like the door windows,
they're still pretty fucking hefty, dude. That's why it sounded like a bomb went off.
I'm sure it was scary as fuck when it burst, but like, yeah, it sucks. You just see people running, and you think about it, you're getting shot up.
Yeah.
Skittles, poison. They are made with titanium dioxide, which is unfit for human consumption. Skittles are no good, boys.
They still
got
them.
I think so.
Skittles.
The funny thing is, before this story came out, a couple of days ago, I was on the talk, and they're naming foods that are legal in America and are legal in America and illegal in like other countries, and Skittles was like number one on the list. So we just been eating little poison pills for our whole entire lives.
They're so good, though.
That's my question. Is it worth it at this point?
I mean, I've been eating
them for 40 fucking
1 year.
You Skittles? Are you a candy guy like that? I'm more of a chocolate guy. So
no, I don't eat like Skittles a lot now. But during Halloween comes, my kids
a
got
handful
a
of
Skittles.
Skittles, just pop them in out of nowhere.
Yeah,
that's bomb.
Ain't bad.
I would think you'd have to be
titanium.
Titanium dioxide.
You'd have to be probably eating a significant amount of Skittles.
Yeah, you're right.
So if you're Marshawn Lynch,
he's a Skittle guy.
Beast mode. Yeah.
He's okay for now.
Zinc mode or titanium, or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah,
I think it was titanium.
The weed brownie is taking you to a whole nother level now.
He's
buddy.
on Planet Zeldor.
Y'all got any Skittles?
Shuley's on that swing right now, just like.
Brother in arms. Elderly lady killed by alligators in Country Club Pond in Florida. Dude, I was trying to get through this article today. I was reading it by myself and not laugh. I just fucking just pictured this old bag falling in this pond and just getting chomped up at like a Neville wood or some shit like that.
Getting taken under.
Dude, it's super sad. If this is my grandma, this would be terrible, but I don't know this old bitch, so this is fucking funny.
I just pictured
it's just funny, like an old lady going into a pond, and then they just said these gators, they didn't know there was gators in the pond, and the gator just fucking ripped her apart immediately.
She's like,
this gator's been watching her, like she's getting too close. She's had a couple gins. She's gonna take a fall, and when she does, her ass is mine. And he chomped her up.
She's like, "Oh, a lily."
He
ate her up.
What an insane thing that would be to see.
It
You just saw old Ethel by the pond.
God.
And it's not like she's out in the Everglades. She's at a country club. And she just got chomped up.
There's like a couple places. It's like that kid at Disney was like, had like a little thing. You just
the
got
resort,
grabbed up.
but there was a sign there, like, stay away, there's gators.
Where they got to get the swamp people in there to clean this place up?
Florida can't control their gators, John. They're fucking everywhere, dude.
Yeah,
you got to fish them out.
They do have the guys that go down there and they allow so many tags a year, but not at a country club.
Yeah, they don't like these gators. That's what they in the article they said, like, these gators are popping up in so many places where they're not usually at, and like they're just surprising people. And old Ethel got a little too close to the water.
Surprise!
Yeah, and it was lunchtime.
I just picture like Chubbs Peterson, like with the glass jar. She's like, "But I got its eye."
Like, dude, how like?
Did she make it?
No, fuck no, dead as fuck. It's just like, man, could you imagine having to give like that eulogy? Like, oh, she lived such a good life, and then like you just how don't you like talk about like, and then the gator got her.
Could you imagine?
Like,
Ethel always hated gators.
You know, fuck. But what are you gonna do, man? girl was mad at boyfriend for not. Oh, this is fucked up. So this dude goes out with his lady and like 18 of her fucking friends. His boy was with them too. So his boy starts filming when his lady starts his shit. His lady is yelling at her boyfriend for being a broke boy and not paying for her 18 fucking friends that this dinner was at. He was like, "Why in the world would I pay for all 18 of your fucking friends?" She said, "I don't want to be with anybody that isn't generous, and you're making me look broke. You look broke in front of all my friends." He was like, "There's 18 of them," and like you could tell they were at a decent restaurant. They were all dressed up. They had fucking like the doggy bags. It looked like a nice place. 18 people at a fucking Capitol Grill. That's a few grand.
Yeah.
Easy.
Absolutely.
Are they drinking?
Easy.
They're probably drinking martinis.
Oh, they were drinking.
You're talking
Apple
I
right.
might beat the check. You're lucky
Dude.
I pay for you.
Apple teenies all day. What a fucking insane thing to fucking expect.
You dump her quick.
Yeah, I mean you have to. What do you think, Zebra? You picking up that tab?
Fuck no. I used to not pay for my own shit.
I hope she gets eaten by a
Right.
gator.
Is he like relatively young too?
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
like
they were
25.
young. It's just stupid. No,
She's an idiot.
no idea how hard it is to get money.
And you could tell she didn't respect him because no woman who is with a guy in their right mind would have ever expected them to pick up
The
the
only
chick.
reason she probably invited him out was to think he might pay, because otherwise, why would you go with 18 girls and just you and your
that's
boy?
Their friends were chirping in the back too.
Yeah.
And it was just
What, like pay for my food?
Yeah, it was an ugly scene. If I was getting a car, take your doggy bag and fucking
Well,
roll.
I'll tell you,
out.
Get your boy and get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, go.
That's when you lock the door and burn the place down.
Yeah. Better off fucking a sex doll that looks just like her.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to pay for her.
She don't
18.
give you no lip.
She don't have no friends either.
Zach Wilson's hot mom is showing off her hot friend saying and just going around like, "No, this isn't the one. This isn't the one." It's like, dude, it's getting a little weird now.
Yeah.
Zach
like-
mom's what's his mom look like?
She's hot.
You don't remember her at the draft?
Nah.
She had she was looking good.
Google her.
Yeah, she's solid. She looks like she honestly looks like she's fucking our age. She literally might be.
She probably
he's
is,
20 years
yeah.
old. So
Right.
she got some friends that are hot, and I could tell by the one look on the one's face she'd be down. If she didn't do it, she's ready to
But
go.
that I was just gonna say that. What if they're like, "Oh yeah, it's not her," and she's like, "Well, I did
Well, yeah,
fuck
they're
your
all
son."
yeah, right. Because she's putting them on the spot. Now, my friends wouldn't do that. Would you, Carol? And Carol's like, no. But meanwhile, Carol might have been getting that D.
Yeah, that's exactly what I
So
thought.
she's never going to get a confession out of any of these women. I'd like to think he banged the first one she went to, because that was in my head. I'm like, yeah, that's probably how it went down. She banged this one, but now she's going to multiple friends. Like, he didn't bang this one, didn't bang this one, didn't bang this. Are you just trying to show us you got
How
a
many
bunch of hot
friends you got? Yeah, how many
Yeah,
friends
where
you got?
where do you find these hot older ladies at that you
They
just
stick
all hang out
together.
with?
They
Yeah.
stick together. And they all go to the country club and play golf.
Watch out for the Gators.
Because they'll eat your coos.
Yeah, Zach Wilson dressed as a gator. Dude.
Eat your goose. Oh man, we might need to get a fan in here, dude. The secondary weed is getting to
It
us.
starts to make me feel I ain't in Kansas anymore, Paul.
A lady thought her husband was constipated, but he just stuck a water bottle up his ass, and he was too embarrassed to let her know.
How this happens?
I
all
mean,
the
this
time.
is something. This poor, and it was the X-ray.
How?
The X-ray. The X-ray. I saw it.
Wait a minute.
What,
Yeah.
like a
You
water?
shoved like a water
this?
bottle.
Not a
No,
giant smart
like
water.
Shoals.
It looked like a Dasani. If I had to look, it looked like a Dasani.
So he didn't shit. I thought you meant he shoved his up his ass and shit in the bottle.
No, he
No.
shoved it up his ass for pleasure,
And it was
then
just stuck up
and then it
there.
got stuck up there, and he was too embarrassed to let his wife know that he likes to stick shit up his ass.
He was like, "Honey, I
So it
fell
was
down
like,
his steps."
so he hasn't been shitting. I guess he was saying his stomach hurt, blah blah blah. I don't know what his game plan was when he got to the hospital, and they're gonna do an X-ray on
Just
your
go to the
stomach.
hospital by yourself, buddy.
Go by yourself, my man. You know you shoved that water bottle up
Yeah.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
You
He's
know
like-
you don't think that water bottle in your asshole might be the culprit of why your stomach hurts a little bit?
When he's in the room and the doctor gives him news, like, "Oh my God, how'd
Yeah.
that happen?
What'd you do to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you do?"
Listen, anything goes up your ass, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna know. You put it there.
Yeah.
You put it there, bud. Water bottle. Like, gee, what have you been shoving up there to get ready
I
for
was
a
just
water
gonna
bottle?
say, what was the pregame?
Yeah,
You had to prime the pump a little bit,
Like a
right?
bit, like he was getting
like
chess
the top
pieces
of the
first,
beer bottles.
like a bishop,
Yeah.
then a knight, then
You
a
went to a
king,
rook.
then a king, then the queen went up there, and,
and you
fucking
got a
water
little like
ball.
maybe like a souvenir Pirates baseball bat. Start
yeah.
start because you gotta widen that hallway, dude.
You ain't
Yeah,
starting
but
off with a
you're not
water
ready
bottle.
for this.
Yeah, the Zani bottle, like it's rigid too. Like you got to get that top in.
It's ribbed for her
it's like
pleasure.
thin in the middle, so that like
you think you take the cap on or you leave the cap off?
You
there?
got a good cap on, dude.
Yeah, I think I would take it off. I don't know though.
Oh man, I don't
But
know.
like, what a stupid mother. Like,
I just wonder what his
then he was
end game
very
was.
embarrassed because his wife now knows that he likes shit up his ass. Well, buddy, you
you guys should have talked about this years ago.
Yeah,
You could
maybe
have
this
had,
is for the best.
you could have just had her fire on a dildo and probably bang your tits off.
Bang
You'd have
your-
been in a lot
bang
better
your
shape. Yeah, old rusted root. Just fired one in his shitter, and then like he'd have been a lot better shape than sticking a water bottle up his own ass. Now he looks like a sick maniac.
Dude, that Golden Peak looks kind of interesting over there.
With this,
You would stick that up her, Johnny?
I mean,
there's a lot of girth. There's a lot of girth up top of this.
Looks nice and smooth though.
It
Yeah.
does look smooth, but you get here, it's like kind of resembles a penis.
You got to ease it in like a gentleman. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Once you get past the ridge, I mean, you're home. Once you get past here,
that might be all you need.
yeah. I mean, how deep is his root hole? You know what I mean?
I mean, pretty deep. It got up her and it stayed up her.
So
enough.
deep, put his ass to sleep.
What do you think the
motherfucker.
moment of panic is when that gets up there and you realize it's now stuck?
When,
Like,
when you lose your finger, you're like, when you like
Yeah.
lose the grip, you're like,
yeah,
oh my
like-
god.
and then you know it just sucks it.
It's
it
like
just, it goes up.
It's like a little tick digging in there.
Yeah.
You can't get it out.
You got to go to one of your buddies. Like, listen, man, I fucked up,
Yeah.
and I need a favor. And
Hey,
I
hey.
need you to fish this fucking water bottle out of my asshole for me because I can't let my wife know I like water bottles up my butt.
I got
Like,
the
dude,
salute.
you take a
thing.
suppository, or you take like some like colon cleanse and just fire
That
that
ain't
bitch.
pushing it. You're just
You don't think that's not
fucking-
getting that out?
No, it's
dude.
running around
Once
it.
that's in
You're-
there, that's
you're
in
in a
there,
shit
dude.
waterfall.
That thing is lodged.
That turns sideways.
That is lodged.
I got a solution to this right now.
He put it in crumpled
Here's
up.
what we should have did. Drilled a hole in the bottom. You know what I mean? Drop some washers in there with some string. And that way when it gets stuck up his shitter, worst case scenario, if he can't pull it out, call one of his boys, but just yank on
You
this
need a safety
motherfucker.
cord.
Yeah, you need a rip cord, dude.
Yep. No. If you're gonna put stuff in your
Michael,
ass, you
that
gotta.
is actually
if you're
brilliant.
Gonna, if you're gonna shove shit in your ass, you gotta tie off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta tie off.
Yeah. Safety first,
That's
friends.
it. That's the only way to go. Child actor Orlando
butthole
Brown
system.
says Little Bow Wow has some bomb ass pussy.
What the fuck?
this is so weird. So Orlando Brown, he was in like Major Pain. He was like
Yeah, he was a little
he was
kid.
a little kid in it. He was in Family Matters. And he's just a complete whack job now. For whatever reason, they were interviewing him on like some fucking podcast or whatever, and they're like brought up like 106 of Park, and he's I haven't watched that forever since Little Bow Wow's been on there. And they're like, oh, that was a long time ago. They're like, yeah, he got some bomb ass pussy. they're like, what? He was like, Little Bow Wow got some bomb ass pussy. Bow Wow, you're my dog. I love you. You gotta let the world know like you got that bomb pussy. Like, what's up? So like, I don't know if he's saying like Bow Wow's a chick or what's going on, but he's saying like
he's gay.
he's saying he's fucked Little Bow Wow.
Smashed.
Yeah,
Dude,
he
he might.
smashed Little
Do you
Bow
think
Wow.
Little Bow Wow
So
could
Little
have been
Bow-
a chick?
No, Little Bow Wow like just came back like this dude's obviously crazy. You know what I mean? Which is the true or not? That's the only play because the dude
Yeah.
looks nuts.
He's like, I have mediocre pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it just was so funny. Like, dude, yeah, Little Bow Wow, funny. Bring him up, bomb ass pussy.
How old is that dude compared to Bow Wow?
They're like the same age.
Uh,
The NYPD is no longer testing for weed. That's pretty cool. So if you're a New York City cop, no more weed.
Yeah, that's
Test.
good. Yeah, get a little chiefed up,
Get
maybe.
a little chiefed up. You know,
more
they're not even
relaxed.
making you go like I know Pittsburgh Fire Department. You got to get the card, but NYPD are just not testing at all. Yeah, that's normal. Like that should be like across the fucking board there. We had
You're part of a weed company, aren't you?
yeah. I might have a little interest.
Just
there.
asking. Just asking.
In California, Joe. Maybe
I'm
yeah,
just
just get that out to California too. Woman sues bad date for $10,000. Says emotional distress. This woman like calls in. They have like a Zoom court date. The judge is trying to wrap his head around like what's going on, and she gets to the guy, and he was like, "Explain to me what's happening." He was like, "We went out on one date. It didn't go well. That was it. Next thing I know, I'm getting sued for $10,000." And like this lady is just absolutely fucking insane, and the judge wouldn't throw it out. So like this dude has to like hire a lawyer now and like go to court.
What a horrible judge.
Yeah.
What a horrible judge.
Insane. Like just throw it out. And
Obviously, she's a reason there's a bad date. She's suing him.
this lady
She's
was
nuts.
this lady was nuts. She was a problem, and this judge just wanted to pass her off. He's I can't deal with this. Like you're completely. She start basing on the judge. She start basing on the fucking dude. It was like the poor bastard who like went on a date with her. He's like, I just can't believe like this is a thing and like this is still going on. And the judge was like, well, if you plan on representing yourself, I wouldn't recommend that. Like you better lawyer up. And this dude was like, what
It's going
the
to cost
fuck
them a
is
couple
going?
grand anyway.
Insane. We had Bird chase down an Amazon driver. This poor fucking kid, man. He goes to this Ring camera caught it. Goes to the door. Bird just like, I don't know if it was a nest in the porch or what, comes flapping down, starts chasing this dude. He takes off, runs directly into a light pole and just snaps it in half, dude. Like literally couldn't have fucking hit it any fucking harder. Goes back up, pulls himself together, almost knocks himself out, pulls himself together, goes back to the ring camera. He's like, I'm so sorry about your life.
Wait. Ran into it like with
he was
his
running
body.
with his body. Yeah, like literally,
Okay.
like took off running from the bird and fucking snapped this like little light that was like in
a
the
light
yard.
post.
Yeah, like a light post. Fucking like snaps it in half, goes back to the ring camera, and he's like, hey, real sorry about your light. That bird scared the shit out of me. And then he just like went on his way. He's like, I'll pay for it, and like gave him the information.
He's like the best Amazon driver
I was
ever.
gonna-
Yeah,
Yeah.
these Amazon
That's what
drivers.
would be like.
These Amazons, they're a bunch of saints. They're just worried about their job. You know,
Yeah.
they're running from birds, breaking fucking poles, and then
Shit
going
in the
back.
street.
Shitting in the street is but my man got fucked up though. It was fucked up. Birds are the worst.
He has pride though. He takes pride in his job.
He did. All right, let's take a little break.
All right, but we're going to take a quick commercial break. Come back. We're at more Greenfield's Finest podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick of your general contractor having sex with your wife? Well, I was too, and that's when I found out about Schaefer Inc. Schaefer Inc.'s primary goal is to deliver unbeatable quality for all your construction needs. They aim to firstly be a company principle-driven, and to achieve this, the importance is ethical business practices. That includes great work and not having sex with your wife. Please check out Schaefer Inc. for all your contracting needs. Give them a call at 412-915-1694. That's 412-915-1694. Me and my wife didn't know what to do. We had a gigantic tree in our backyard that we had to get cut down. I've never done anything like this before. Who was I supposed to call? Luckily, I found Greater Pitt Tree Service, a locally owned and operated company. They came out, got to work, and got it done in a safe manner, and it didn't cost me an arm and a leg. Thank you so much, Greater Pittsburgh Tree Service. And they also do free work for World War II veterans. Please call 412-884-TREE. That's 412-884-TREE. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're having car problems right now, there's not really too many places to go that you can trust. One place you can is Meineke Car Care Center, located at 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. They handle everything, not just oil changes, but brakes, maintenance, everything. So if you have car trouble and you need help, make sure you call Meineke Car Care Center, 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. Phone number 412-451-8968, and ask for Arthur. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield 5's podcast. We're about to jump into what's grinding our gears. Johnny, what's grinding them gears?
All right, so it was my anniversary a couple weeks ago. So I want to do something nice. Let's go to Capitol Grill. I try to call, make a reservation. This girl answers the phone. You know, she sounded cunty from the beginning. So I'm like, yeah, I'd like to make a reservation for Saturday, you know, between 6 and 8. She's like, we're wide open, sir. So when do you want? I'm like, how about 6:30? She said, okay, I'll pencil you in for 6:30, blah, blah, blah. I was like, can I make a special request? We like this booth. It's in the corner, number 76.
You even knew the table number?
I was like, I think it's 76. It's in the corner. It's my anniversary. It's kind of special, blah, blah, blah. She was like, I can make a note of it, but I can't guarantee it. She's like, would you be all right with another booth if I can't get you that? And I'm thinking, like, you just said you're wide open. But, like, I just was a cunt about it and, like, got off the phone. But, like, dude, she was, like, so, like, mean to me, like, the whole time. Like, and I was, like, such a pussy about it. I got off the phone, thought about it, called back.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was just like, she called me off guard. I was like driving in the truck, like trying to make a.
Yeah.
I call with my nice voice, like hi, and she just totally took advantage of
And
me.
you think you're kind of doing them a favor, saying like 6 to 8, like here, like there's a time, there's a window there.
I'm easy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
you tell me when I can
well,
come.
the thing was, she was like, it is a Saturday. She was like, it is Saturday night, sir.
Well, you just said you were wide
That's
open.
what she said. So I don't know if I let that part out, but I'm just like, she just totally like walked me into like these corners to like yell at me. And you know what I mean, and like treat me like a fucking dickhead. So then eventually, I tried to call back. They didn't answer, so I did the manly thing and just canceled online.
So you didn't even go. Wow.
He said,
That's how mad you were.
Yeah, I told Johanna about it. I thought she called back on my behalf.
Yeah, she didn't.
No,
I'm surprised she didn't. Women usually love like.
I'm like, is this chick having a bad day? Like,
Yeah.
obviously you aren't that busy taking reservations because you're wide open on a Saturday. I called her on the Thursday. And meanwhile, why can't I have that booth if I asked for it first? Because they all fit 4 people.
There's a rotation for servers when you like. So if you're a server, you get 3 or 4 tables. That's your section.
Right.
And the way they see people, you know what I mean, one server, you go by section. So you go 1, 2, 3, and you rotate. So I kind of get where she was coming from there. But if you said it's a special night,
Special
in Miami, yeah, you could. She could have made that happen
Especially
for you.
obviously,
Very easy.
Obviously, you're like, if you were like, we're really busy, like, okay, but you told me you're wide open. So just pencil me in for that booth. I'm going to spend a lot. Plus, it's 6:30. That's pretty early. You can get me out. You know,
For sure. Yeah, you're not
Turn and
looking for
burn. They could
Turn
edge
and
you
burn.
up, yeah.
especially on a Saturday. That's early. You know, I'm a big early guy, man. I love getting in and out. But so where'd you go instead?
I went to see Maverick.
Went to see Maverick. Nice. Yeah. Fuck yeah. I need to see it again. Man, they get so mad to actually cancel the reservation. I respect that because customer service. I'm not going to sit here and bitch about customer service, but like it's a thing of the past.
Dude, I called back because I'm like, dude, I was like, wasn't quick on my toes enough to like say what like needed to be said.
Yeah.
Because it was wide open for me to like fire back on her, but like, I just wasn't in that state of
Get
mind.
caught off guard.
I was just trying to like get this over with real quick.
Someone that's supposed to be nice to you,
Right.
is just being that's what happened when I
Like
called that hotel and the dude was just like, "You're canceled." I'm like, "I know you didn't cancel." This
Right.
fucking
So like,
reservation."
I parked the truck, got out, gathered myself, and I was like, "Fuck this! I'm calling back." To be like, listen, if you said you're so wide open, why can't I have
Yeah.
go into that whole spiel? Which she would have definitely been a cunt. And
she
then,
definitely saw the caller ID. You call him right back. I was like, "Nope."
yep, she was like, she knew she acted like a cunt.
Yep.
So, but then she sent like my like table reservation to my sister, like me and my sister. Like, so this girl was all
She
over
was
the
a
place.
mess.
She was a mess.
Hear that, Capital Girl? Fucking shape
Get your
up.
shit together.
Fucking shape up down there. There's a lot of places to eat downtown. You ain't the old fuck. You ain't the queen of the ball anymore.
Nope.
Nope.
Surely, what do you got?
I mean, while we're on the topic of fine dining, I went to fucking Arby's the other day.
Dude, holy fuck, dude. If you're not watching on YouTube right now, Shirley is having a tough time talking. How much of that weed brownie did you eat?
Oh, way
It's
too much.
hitting hard.
Yeah, I only drank one beer and a half. All right.
God.
Oh, fuck. Now I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I go to Arby's, and I got a hankering for a fucking beef and cheddar. Dude. Oh, you guys are going to fuck this all up.
Beef and cheddar. I'm listening.
Yeah. And, that's all I want to eat. And I get it, and it's like a golf ball of meat on one side, and it's like an onion and cheese loaf on the other side.
Ugh.
And it's like, come on, man. Take some pride in your fucking shit. I can't just eat meat in one bite and then nothing in the other.
Got to spread it out.
Yeah, like have
What do you think they just ice cream scooped that fucking
that's
beef?
what it looked
and
like. It
fucking-
was looked like you had a scooper and just threw it right in there, dude, on one side, and then it was like just greasy and.
Equal amounts of beef and cheddar all
Spread it
throughout.
out, yeah.
do
Is
it.
that
Take
too
some pride in your work, Arby's.
Is that too much to ask for?
I can't believe you didn't get the old chicken sandwich there that me and you love so much.
You know what? I had a
You wanted
thing.
some beef.
He had
I
a
get it.
hankering.
I had a
He had a
hankering.
hankering.
Oh man, well that's good, buddy. I'm glad you got that out. Zebra, what do you got?
So I go to it's actually Addie, my girlfriend's gear grinder. So she like brought this up today, and she said she's sick as me like using it as an example to live by. So like anytime I do something at home, and like she'll get upset about like me collecting baseball cards or playing video games for too long, she'll be like what are you doing? And my response is always like, at least I'm not smoking crack. And then she's like, you're coming up on 7 years sober. We've been together 6. Enough's enough with the crack talk.
I get her point. That being said, maybe do a little crack and show her that side of you.
It doesn't make it less true.
Hey, this is me on the crack.
Yeah.
Maybe the video games ain't so bad, right?
Well, she's never witnessed, and hope to God no one ever witnesses the crackhead version of Z-Bird ever again in her life.
Yeah.
But he wasn't good. And you know what I mean? Like me collecting baseball cards and maybe leaving some crumbs around the house and maybe, playing a little bit of Madden too much. I get it. I could bend on that, and I'll make way with that, but it's a lot better than me smoking crack.
So does she get, because I feel like this comes up, you guys not argue, but like this is definitely something in your relationship that comes up a lot, like you in the video, like playing video games, or you like watching certain types of shows. Is she pissed that like you're not paying attention to her, or is she just pissed because you're like monopolizing the TV and she can't watch what she wants to watch?
I think it's a combination of both. What it is, it's like if I'm playing Madden and that, and we're sitting there, like she won't sit there and watch me play Madden.
Right.
So that kind of like alienates her to like almost like, which I get that, like she'll have to like she'll be out on the porch or she'll go upstairs, and I'm not realizing that she's gone that long. So like I'll just keep playing thinking, oh, she's cool doing
Everything's good.
Meanwhile, if I was like
she's stewing in the bed.
Right, stewing in the bed or out on the front porch, just like, and then she'll like walk by like, you still playing? I'll be like, oh, I'll shut it off right now. She was like, no, you don't have to. And I'll be like, well, I just thought it was cool. You didn't say anything about it. And she's like, I didn't think I had to say anything. And I'm like, at least I'm not smoking crack.
Which is also a good, like, I get that's, you're right. You know what I mean? Compared to what we used to get into, we're not too loud and crazy guys anymore, Z-Bar. We're very reserved. This podcast is getting very reserved. Jack Welsh and Mike Zidell.
Right, 100%.
I mean, you're set. But I stopped being a lunatic probably like 3 years ago. 3 years ago at this point, before I got sick.
Yeah.
That's when everything really slowed down. But like, I also use the same excuse. Like she'll be like, she'll say,
I'm not smoking crack.
Well, not smoking crack. I'm like, at least I'm not down in the South Side being a fucking lunatic. And she'll be like, well, you got a point there. You know what I mean? And I do have a point. But I go to that well. I went to that well one too many times, and she was like, dude, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if you smoked a crack for like a day and just showed her what's up.
Teach her a lesson.
If she came in and I was just blazing crack with Hunter Biden, and you know what I mean, on FaceTime, and she was like, what the fuck's going on? I was like, well, here's the options. I could collect these cards or I could smoke with Hunter.
Yeah, we get weirdos in and out of here all day. It's up to you.
She's like, who ordered this weird sex doll? I'm like, well, that's what happens when I smoke crack.
Do weird shit.
She's like, why is there a water bottle up your ass? I told you, this is what happens when I smoke crack.
Do you think that guy froze that water bottle, or you think he just stuck it up there like just warm?
That would have been a stiff one.
I think frozen's probably the way to go, no?
That'd be easier.
Cold.
It'd be easier.
Dude, you'd have got frostbite.
What's the difference of like a brain freeze
and an asshole freeze?
An asshole freeze, dude. It
you
shut down your intestines.
I'm sure someone in the history of time has not had a frozen water ball up their ass. Well, yeah,
I'm sure they have.
But like definitely a popsicle.
Frozen popsicles, then there's no evidence.
Yeah, it just melts away.
Melts away.
Melt.
Your little stick stuck up your ass.
That's a good idea, Joan. Just shove like an icicle up your ass. Let that melt.
You're the weird one.
Yeah, that's what he should. Hey, if you're listening, buddy,
hey, pal.
Get off the water. Yeah, remove the plastic and just stick
it up,
and
then you get it up there.
In time, it will dissipate.
Worst case scenario, you wake up.
And that will probably feel pretty good too when it's melting in your butt.
Yeah, like I said, worst case scenario, you wake up with poop stains on your bed.
Start slow.
Might get a little leaky, yeah, but hey, enjoy yourself, my man. There's a solution for you. We had a gear grinder from a listener, old Nicky Niskatch. He said his ex-mother-in-law, he was on vacation recently. He said his ex-mother-in-law called him and he'd be like, hey, while you're down there, make sure you grab us some souvenirs. His ex-mother-in-law, he was on vacation with his current girlfriend and her family. The ex-mom calls down and is asking for souvenirs. That's nuts, dude.
Did he
You should have sent her a dick pic.
Was he just like,
here's your
no? How did he
souvenir.
respond?
He was just like, no fucking way.
Or like, you sent him back like, LOL. Like, did she like text him like,
It's not like
Or I just sent one piece of saltwater taffy.
it'd be one, and Nick, his kids were with him. You know what I mean? So it's not
right,
like
the only people that need knickknacks are kids.
kids. It'd be one thing if he was away and like the mother-in-law hit him up and be like, hey, make sure you grab some souvenirs for the kids. Still strange to be. I don't think I would talk to my ex-mother-in-law ever again unless I absolutely had to.
That's why there's an X in front of it.
Yeah, you get to divorce her and her mother.
But they're still on like friendly enough to where like they call each other.
All right, but I don't get you
Yeah,
souvenirs.
Maybe you got to drop her off
maybe.
sometimes. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
I
just
don't
a
know. I
hard.
go on
That's
pretty
just
well
a,
with
that's a
Lee.
hard.
How
yeah.
does here's the thing. How does your girlfriend that you're with on this vacation
I'm
feel?
sure she didn't love it.
Right. Now she's like, wait, who called? And it's not for the kids. And she's like, who was that? And you're like, my ex-wife's mother. So my ex-mother-in-law called me and asked me to bring them back souvenirs. And she's like, probably first thing her goes,
That's fucking weird.
Why are you still talking? Like,
Yeah, right. That's weird. And why are you still talking to her?
No,
For
I
sure.
get why you talk to her, like you said.
Sometimes you have
like,
to,
yeah,
kids
right.
and shit.
But
Right.
like,
Kids
that's a
are with
weird.
him.
That's a weird, question to ask.
Yeah, like make sure you grab me a T-shirt. Get the fuck out of here. Grab you a T-shirt.
What was like the major one at like Ocean City, like them sweatshirts? What were they? That was like the big deal if you got one of those.
like the sun surf ones?
Some
Like-
one of them. Yeah.
Like, I mean, the real sick shit, the rich kid used to get, my parents never fucking splurged for, were those, like, highlighter windbreakers from, like, the surf shop down there.
Those
you know
are
what I'm talking
pretty
about?
cool.
Those were
they
dope.
change colors.
They would, like, change colors.
The
yeah.
hyper color, yeah.
Yeah, that shit was sick. I never had one of them, I don't think.
I had a hyper color T-shirt once.
That's nice.
Yeah, and my mom fucking wore it and stretched it out.
Well, let's take a break.
All right, everybody, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna have more of Greenfield's Finest podcast. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just drove by your house. You got a giant hole in the side. What's that for? So you can stick your dick in it, your old lady can suck it. You're better than that, man. Get that hole patched up. Why don't you call SNL Remodeling LLC? They do roofing, siding, gutters, downspout, soffit, fascia, and they'll fix that hole so your wife quit sucking everyone's dick. 412-628-9717. And tell them Z-Bird sent you. We're sick of seeing your wife sucking all that cock. Hey, if you're looking for a fun night out in the South Side and you don't want to get punched in the face, check out Finn McCool's at 1501 Carson Street. Go there, have a good time, and don't get punched in the face. Finn McCool's, 1501 Carson Street, and tell them Z-Bird sent you. What's going on, everybody? It's almost that time of the year where you got to go get your sidewalks or your steps fixed. And I don't trust a lot of these idiots out here right now. I really don't. Thank goodness Giuseppe & Sons is in the area, and they're always on the job. If you're looking for any type of masonry work this season coming up, please call Giuseppe & Sons, 412-421-6711, and make sure you tell them Rocco sent you, huh? Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Thanks for sticking around. We're about to jump into What Would Greenfield Do?
What would Greenfield do?
Whoop, whoop.
Would you rather be falsely accused of murder or never be able to stop coming?
Like, wait.
what do you mean? Like you're just like all the time?
We have to put like a number on this. Like maybe like 10 comes, because never be able to stop coming. That would just be like, it'd be such a mess.
You'd be dehydrated.
But like maybe we'll say 10 comes a day or falsely accused of murder. If you're falsely accused of murder, you're fucked forever. But if you're also the cum guy,
Yeah.
just cum in your pants all the time, that's not good for business either.
So you're just coming for no reason?
Yep.
And everyone thinks it's either so everyone thinks you're a murderer
Yep.
or you're jizzing in your pants 10 times a day.
Sure.
I mean, do you get acquitted, or you're not like going to jail?
You're not
Not
doing any
guilty?
time, but everyone thinks
You
you're
like
a murderer.
OJ?
You're like OJ. Exactly. You're like OJ.
Oh, I'd rather be OJ.
Worked
than
out pretty well
fucking
for OJ.
Jizz man.
Oh, Jizz boy.
Yeah, nobody.
You know what I mean?
wants that.
Nobody really fuck with you because they don't know if they do.
Like, this dude might be crazy.
He might
I
kill
don't
me.
know.
Yeah, they'll just talk about you behind your back your whole entire life. No one's really to say shit
People
to your
already
face.
did it anyway.
Yeah, who does?
I was
Right,
going to say,
exactly.
what's the big deal?
I mean, but you can wear a diaper and you just come in that all day. Be like, I don't know.
Like an astronaut.
I mean, could you imagine being at Starbucks? But like, you know what? Can I get a large blonde roast?
That every time you do anything, that's what's gonna happen.
Well, no, it's 10 times. So like you would.
That's
you know,
I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot
It's
of
a lot
comes.
of jizzing.
That's a lot of comes.
If you knew when it was coming, though, like if it was like every quarter after, like you're like you can make sure you're like over by a bush or something.
Most of the time, yeah, depending on your job.
Yeah, well, yeah, I work outside.
Old Faithful.
I'm like, Rosato, I got to take a number 3. He'd be like, I know. You took that stupid deal where you don't get falsely accused of murder. I'm like, all right.
So you think you jizzing in some old lady's bush at Score Hill wouldn't be weirder than you being falsely accused of murder?
Nah, because I'd be like, you know, I'd go to the back of the yard. I wouldn't be in like the front hedges just jizzing away.
Right.
I'd be like in the back.
Be in the bush, you jerk off in the bush. What's the big of a difference?
They could
Yeah,
know.
it's really not.
Right.
You don't even have to jerk off because you're gonna come.
You're just gonna come
anyway.
automatically.
Automatically, quarter after. So at 8:14, I'm running over to that pine tree.
Quarter after.
I'm inseminating that pine tree. You know what I mean? Let's have a little mutant Z-bird pine tree, baby.
Like what is that? Oh, that's a Z
What did you
pine.
fertilize that with?
You would never be able to
My
like
kids.
move because like once everybody around you got used to you being like the jizz boy, it used to be like, all right, that's old Z-bird. He jizzes every quarter after.
Like you can set your clock.
But if
by
you have to
that
go
guy.
like you got to go like explain that to everybody, like a whole new set of people, like that's a lot of work.
That's a valid point.
So you got to stay in Greenfield. So Greenfield knows like you jizz, but like having to explain that to strangers would be a mess.
Now, on this aspect of it, can I explain to people, like, why do you come 10 times a day? I'm like, listen, I made a deal. It was either I was falsely accused of murder or I would jizz 10 times.
That's
on-
like
I can't
that's like
tell
breaking the rules of hypotheticals. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
There's no
then-
explaining yourself.
Right.
So then,
You
well,
have
then
a problem, you
Actu-
just jizz all the time.
You'd be a pervert then. I think I'd rather be the falsely accused of murder.
yeah, you would be a pirate
Because you be around your friends' kid. Fuck that. I'd rather be
Yeah,
falsely accused
yeah.
of
Yeah,
murder.
dude, I don't know if I'd want you jizzing around my kids all the
Fuck
time.
no, dude. I wouldn't even want to be around
yeah.
anyone's
Choose
kid.
No.
murder.
Yeah. Murder
well, you know
all
what?
around.
So what?
We
They
thought
said he
this
killed
around.
somebody.
Yeah.
No big deal.
That's what
Murder-
happens when you workshop things. You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
why we're here. Bounce ideas off each other.
If someone texted you a picture of your dick or vagina with no context, would you know it's your dick? So if someone just you got a picture of your dick sent to your phone and you look and you're like, would you know like, hey, that's my dick?
I'd comment. I'd give the little like heart symbol. I'd say, nice cock. No, I don't know.
That wasn't the question.
I know. I don't think I
You wouldn't
would.
recognize your dick?
Dude, truthfully,
Couldn't pick it out of a lineup?
if it was a similar looking dick
Right.
with a similar haircut, you know what I mean? High and tight, like I'd be like, oh, you know, is that my dick?
It could be anybody's dick.
Right. If it was like a, you know, like a bush dick,
Pretty
I'd be
vague.
like, yeah.
I like to think I would recognize it, but at the same time, if
You
you're
got
not,
a John Doe dick.
if you're not expecting to get like a picture of your dick or any dick, and you just like look like, oh, weird dick, you know, and I'm not gonna really analyze that dick. I might, but like most likely, I'm
We
gonna
all
submit,
know you
I'm
would.
gonna be like, ah, that was a weird dick. Why'd you send that to me? And then I'd be like, oh, it's your dick. Like, okay. So I don't know. I think I got a weird colored dick, so I think I might be able to pick that out.
What do you two think? What
It's
color?
like I got like a Neapolitan dick. It gets dark, it gets light, white, and then like pink.
At the top.
Like, you know, like the Neapolitan ice cream
I'm familiar
with the
with
3 flavors.
Chocolate.
That's chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. So it starts chocolate, gets a little white at the top, it gets a little pink.
Down at the scrotum, like right where you're connected.
No,
to
the
base.
the base is the dark part.
Right,
Then
right.
it lightens up, and then it gets pink.
Right.
So that's kind of how my dick goes.
Yeah, there
Well,
you
you
go.
probably should be able to recognize that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think I'd like to. I like to just because of the weird coloration.
What do
You guys got
think?
normal colored dicks?
I don't know. Now that you say that, like, I think maybe I could have a different colored dick. I'm like thinking, like, yeah, because the base
I would
is
imagine
dark.
your dick kind of dark.
Yeah, my dick's a little darker. It's probably darker than Shuley's.
Dark to light.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing
Shuley
is,
would recognize
I'm
his-
colorblind. I'm colorblind.
You're not circumcised.
Shoals recognize his dick.
You
Oh,
got
yeah.
you wear
I
a hood.
recognize it.
Yeah.
We don't. You got a hood on all
Yeah.
summer long.
Yeah.
There's this
Yeah.
elephant trunk. Shoals.
I'd be like, yeah, I've seen that dick once or twice. That hooded bastard.
How the fuck are we gonna do this show live in front of people?
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be
You
something.
tell that Neapolitan dude, I'm telling you, that's gold.
That's
That is-
gold.
That's gold, Jerry.
Yeah, don't be surprised.
You got me
if-
sitting there looking at your dick like it's the one From like,
I was trying to
Well,
look up his shorts.
I do plan on showing off some body parts at the live show. It will not be my dick because that will put me in
are
jail.
you drinking?
I'm Adderall and vodka.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm not gonna overdo it, but I'm definitely gonna.
How do you not overdo vodka? You never know when it's gonna hit you.
Well, I'm gonna start drinking in the beginning of the show, John, and then by the end I'll be all right.
Right. Unless it goes like 2 hours.
If we can't pregame for that show.
No, I'm saying if it goes long.
Z-Bird would want to kill us.
Yeah.
If the three of us get fucking murdered, like who? Like literally anything could happen.
If you three got hammered, I might go smoke crack.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't know. We'll see how I'm already getting a little anxiety for it. So I feel like
I'm like, yeah, September's years away.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
it's really not.
It's really not. But
Buy your tickets.
Yeah.
It could be funny or it could be a disaster.
Either way,
Either way, you're
you'll be
gonna
glad
like it.
you went
Yeah,
there.
either way, you're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
All right, let's end this fucking show.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for listening this week. Don't forget, July 30th, we got the live show Contra. Tickets available online right now. You can check out our Instagram, Facebook. We'll have it posted on Twitter, wherever you can find the tickets. Also, our live show, September 2nd. Same places. The tickets are posted there. BottleRocketSocial.com if you're just looking through that. And I will have the links posted throughout the week. Also, we're dropping merch this week, so keep an eye out for that. Everyone, please have a great week. And remember, most of all, Greenfield loves you. We're out.